What's up, horror fam, and welcome back finally,
Finally.
for another YouTube live. This is our first one in season, isn't it?
Yeah, we did one opening week, but that wasn't in season technically.
Yeah. Sorry. Hey, we're back. We're here.
Here, before the end.
We've experienced a lot of the event, multiple events for one of us.
Rub it in.
Sorry. But yeah, so real quick, there will be spoilers. If you have not gone yet, I've seen a couple comments.
Yeah.
If you have not gone yet, there will be spoilers. If you're okay with that, hey, hang out with us. Can't wait. But we are going to fully go over at least Orlando. We'll see how much into Hollywood we get for this current year. But we'll talk some Hollywood stuff regardless.
Okay.
I did realize we lost our...
Oh yeah, we're floating in space right now.
Where'd it go?
There we go. Well, now we're actually in like a grid. That's might be worse.
Much better. All right. Let's see what's in the chat with us. No, Albert, not yet. Not yet. 8-Bit Slasher, I've missed them a lot as well.
Me too.
A lot. I cannot wait. Okay, I can wait. I really want to cherish these last couple weeks of the season.
Horses.
But it'll be nice to do the lives consistently again.
Yeah, when we're depressed.
Correct. I will be.
You guys.
That's better than last year when I just wanted the season to end and I was like, I don't want to talk HHN for the next 2 months or so. Now I'm excited to talk more HHN when it ends. So positive. Mary, thanks for being here as always. Appreciate it. Keith, same. It's tougher, obviously, during the season, but even though that my week's been super crammed and will continue to be, I'm excited we're here tonight. Very excited.
Yeah, me too. And thanks for the drink.
There you go.
A month and a half ago, but thank you.
Katie, well, again, spoilers coming up, but really hope you enjoy the event. If you're going to hang around, the spoilers aren't going to ruin it.
No, I mean, I assume you might have already watched stuff at this point because, if you're like me, before I used to go opening weekend, I could not hold off. I was too excited.
Mm-hmm. I get that. Spooky Bits, what's up? Thanks for coming in. Hollywood for the first time tomorrow, and then back to Orlando to close it out. I like that. Nice.
Good plan.
Key's saying it's the best overall year since 2019. Maybe we'll talk about that in a bit. Give our thoughts.
Okay. Well, I have a 2019.
You've probably heard our thoughts already, but we only released one podcast where we had done only a few nights of the event. Things have changed.
We released 2. We did one opening weekend and then one 2 weeks
that's
after.
True. That's
you
true.
And I did one.
That is true.
So
things were still basically the same then, though.
Yeah, a lot.
Things have altered for me a lot this week, honestly. This was my breaking point, if you will.
I'm not ready to talk about that yet.
Thanks, Brittany. Welcome back to you as well in our chat. Glad to have you here. Oh, 8-Bit, that's fun.
Ooh.
We have already done our 6 house. I don't know if we'll get to do a 3 house. I want to, because I want to see Hatchet a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
I just don't see it happening for me in the next 2 weeks. Too busy.
It'll be tough.
Yeah.
Jody, welcome. Going November 1st using my free AP ticket. Went for a week in mid-September. Nice. So you got the experience kind of more at the beginning. Now you see how it kind of fleshes out at the end.
Yeah.
Best of both worlds.
There's been some changes. Not major changes, but there's been some changes in some things. So. For
sure. Christine, what's up? Thanks for joining us. Yeah, there it is. I saw that coming.
Jessica.
Yeah, and Duff. But yeah, 2 weeks. We're not going to talk about that, except we're going to talk about that a lot, unfortunately.
Christine, your candle made it into my backdrop finally.
Ooh.
It's right there. It says Murdy tweets if you guys can't read it.
Murdy tweets. Arkham, what's up? Thanks for joining us. Happy to have you back. Happy to have everyone back here. This is great. I know there's more. Hold on. There's a lot of discussion too.
Oh no.
The best ref in the game, HHN Scott. Always a pleasure having you here.
Our government name.
Halloween Horror Nights 365.
Did anybody watch that scavenger hunt video by chance on Fear and Beer's channel?
If not, you should.
You should.
It was a lot of fun. We might have
Maybe.
dicked ourselves a little bit, but that's okay.
Well, I mean, I don't think that part made it in the video, but I mean, we could let them in on a little.
We mentioned it a little bit, but like not that we brought up that, oh, we need to do this, and then we didn't do it. So it was like alluded to if you're paying attention.
Yeah, just go check it out if you haven't.
It's a lot of fun, and we're very competitive. So
I thought I wasn't, and then I get on a team with this guy
that's right.
against other creators, and I'm like, well, I mean, we're 365.
We have to.
We have to. It's okay.
So
Next
did we?
year.
Go find out.
Next year.
Okay. Wade, what's up? Thanks for joining us. Happy you're here. Seatown. Yes, I have.
Bye. I'm
Yeah.
supposed to see it Friday, I think, or Thursday. We'll see.
Yeah, we will see.
We'll see.
We will see. Okay, we have permission to spoil away. There we go.
Beautiful.
Perfect. Thanks, Katie. Appreciate
It's
it.
very relatable.
Hotline, what's up? Great to have you back. Not
Hello.
only have you back here, but we brought back our, I believe you're calling it Terror Tuesday, because right after this live stream ends, guess where you can head over and talk more HHN? The Hotlines YouTube channel, where they're doing another live. So go check that out afterwards.
Yeah.
Good point. I should be excited regardless. It's anniversary next year.
Even though I don't think 30. Never mind. I'm gonna stop talking about it.
Oh.
I just think that we should follow the wedding anniversary rules, and after 30, you go by 10.
Okay.
That's just me. I think it's gonna get a little too much to expect every 5 years.
I don't disagree with you, but I don't think they're going to follow that.
No, not at all. That's just me personally.
So, Mikey, what's up? Thanks for joining us. Yes, a PB&J mixtape does make a lot of things better. That is correct. I can only drink half a can because it's a little sweet for me, but it tastes really good.
If I drink a whole can, I kind of get a tummy ache. That's just me. That's not the beer.
I would too.
Yeah,
I definitely would too.
I'm getting old. I'm realizing this year. It's hitting me like a train.
Yeah, my body's doing okay. My tum not always doing okay.
That's what it is. The legs are fine. The feet are fine. I've got the shoes for that. But the stomach is just not built the same anymore.
Yeah, it's sad. Oh, well. As long as my legs move, I'm good.
Just take me, or we'll just
If not, you could push me in a wheelchair, or we have ECVs or something.
No, we have to be that one woman with the Grim Reaper on the back. We've talked about this.
Oh, that's right.
We're going to be just a gang of that one woman. Everybody knows who I'm talking about. Goes to Orlando. We're all just going to be her in a couple of years. It's okay.
We'll be a horde. A horde of ECVs.
We're already a horde. If you catch us at Hornets with all of our friends, we get in line and they go, "How many?" And we're like, I don't know. That's the last one. That's what we do. We just point to the last person.
Correct. Keith, I'm excited to hear what this means once we get to that discussion, because obviously we're going to talk about our rankings, but we are going to ask what you guys think about our opinions and where you have them ranked as we go along. So very much looking forward to hearing everyone else's opinions. Jody, that is an embarrassing moment in my life I don't want to relive. But also, Jess can confirm that wasn't just for camera. Mine was double the size.
Huge.
Double the size.
Unfair.
Insane. My mouth didn't fit around it. I know. Skill issue. I know.
You got to work on that for next year.
What's up, Hydra? Thanks for being here.
Hi.
Always love having you. You and Jess can have a little fight. It'll be great.
Well, we've been very nice in the Discord DMs lately. We've been having a lot of good conversations about WWE.
Wow, yeah. I do know there's a lot of WWE love between the two of you, so that is great. I love to hear it.
We found the common. I was also right on the facade. That's it. That's all I have.
Thanks, Later. What's up? Thanks for being here. Oh, Scott, what a compliment. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Okay.
There's the correct spelling. Terror Tuesday. There's 2 live streams. Genius.
Tuesday, isn't it?
Tuesday. Oh,
see, we do the British accents when RIP's not here.
Yeah, and then we're asked to. We can't do it.
No, see, you just got it for free.
There you go. That's a good point, C-Town. Never once
It's fair.
They did start with Sweet 16, which was interesting starting point. But it worked because that means we got 15 the way it was, so it's okay. That's fine.
Ooh, what if they did that this year? They gave us a little sneak peek.
Oh, 8-bit. I cannot wait to see what you say as we go through. First of all, you have 2 Grave of Flesh truthers in this live, so you're in a safe space. Don't worry.
The Galkin really low.
If Jonathan was here, you might be in trouble. But luckily, he's not. Well, not luckily. Yeah, luckily.
Maybe for
Whatever.
this.
Yeah, for this.
I haven't seen Jonathan in like a month.
All right, so I think with that, we can actually start moving on to everything. So before we talk about the events and our rankings and all that, there is some news, I guess, if you want to call it that. And Jess, it comes in the form of your favorite segment ever.
A little rusty. Wait, I need to pull out the candle for this, I think. I should have lit it. Murdy tweets. Murdy tweets. Thanks, Christine.
Because, of course, John Murdy's already tweeting a little bit about this year, but a lot of next year already. And I will say, while he didn't directly give anything away, he's giving more detail for this time of year than I thought he would. He usually has some restraint, but this year he's like, nah, fuck it. We're going to talk about exactly what I'm doing right now. So he kind of kicks it off, telling us that he's multitasking on 2026. This is on October 2nd, reviewing ground plan, finalizing details for house number 1 while beginning research on house number 2. Creating, producing HHN is a never-ending cycle of horror. And yeah. So, as we know, this is something that begins well before the event even starts this year. As you can see, he's finalizing House 1 a month into the event. Shocker. Moving on. Is the first treatment a return of a maze from the previous year? John Murdy says no. Obviously, can't be too exciting because maybe it's going to be treatment 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hopefully 9, 10. I hope we get more houses. We'll see. Probably not. Oh, well. So, okay, positive, right? I like that. Good to hear. Is it an original or an IP? John Murdy says an original. So we know for a fact we're getting an original that is not a repeat. Now, is it just whatever Monstrose is going to turn into?
That's what I was going to say.
Basically Monstrose, but not potentially? I don't know. Maybe. But positives. He also is also asked, I forgot to ask you though, since Monstrose 3 is the last one, will the Parisian courtyard still house Latin monsters, urban legends? And he says, yes, that's the plan. So kind of tacking on what I just said. We're going to get something along those lines regardless. Hopefully it does stray a bit from the formula. Actually, that's the only thing I care about. Switch up the formula, please. That's what makes it boring. That's it.
Yeah. I don't know. Just do one. Like La Llorona worked so well. I know it was a repeat, but it was so good that nobody cared that it was a repeat.
Mm-hmm.
Just focus on one. Do Choopy.
I don't want to say no one cares. Hydra, how do you feel about it being a repeat?
Okay, that's fair. That's
fair. Such a great year this year. Really hope Scream is serious consideration next year's 30th anniversary. This is something we've kind of heard before, but I don't know if it's ever been this direct. Murdy says, we've been trying for years. It's complicated. It's been alluded to that they've tried to use Scream. We know for a fact they've literally acquired and built Scream. But having one of the creative directors just come out and say, yeah, we know, we want to. Interesting.
Yeah.
What was the weirdest thing you researched for that treatment? Going back to the first treatment we discussed. My notes from a previous treatment, but it's not a repeat.
Okay, but that could just mean that it... Sorry. I get so mad when he starts talking.
I'm sticking with the whole, like, whatever Monstrose evolves to thing, because...
Well, Hydra made a comment that the Latin American house is the one he's currently working on, so this is a different original.
Oh.
So... I don't know. Why would you have to reference something else? John!
Also asked, is the IP slate already figured out? He says yes, unless something changes. As we all know, that can and does happen. Hopefully it doesn't, I guess.
The Conjuring, Scream, like.
And then about a week ago on the 15th, John finished the treatment for House number 2 for 2026. Came in at 136 pages. Admittedly, a lot of that is visual reference. Need to go back and tweak the treatment for House 1 now that we have a fully developed ground plan. And then on to House 3.
3 houses already.
And that's it for that kind of segment of Murdy tweets. We're not done with Murdy, don't worry. But for that part, let's head into the comments a bit and see what people think. Most importantly,
Murdy tweets.
thank you. You think so, Albert? You really think so? Hot take? Okay.
Interesting. Okay, so I see you, Albert, and I raise you. How do you feel about people starting the rumor that Mike Aiello spent a lot of time in Hollywood this year? There are people that were saying, what if Mike was taking over for John? Because Mike has a beautiful team in Orlando that can fully keep going. It's his first year back from Epic too. So
that'd be cool.
I don't want to lose him, but
here's what I just don't want one person doing an entire event. I don't care who it is. Make a team.
Yep. You get better ideas that way.
I also don't necessarily think that John Murdy's finishing up this year.
Okay.
I wouldn't guess that at this moment. I think this is his 20th year officially, right?
Do you think I know?
Hydra knows. Hydra, confirm or deny.
Sorry, I forgot there were other people you could have been asking. So there's no way you're asking me that question.
Speaking of Hydra, says he's pretty open this year. He must be excited about stuff.
That's a good point.
He's been excited about things that didn't end up being too great. So, moving on. Really excited to see what IPs we end up getting next year. Yeah, this is kind of a time of year where you're like, I'm starting to look forward to next year just a little bit. What are we going to have?
I don't know. I'm not looking forward to next year because that means I have to say bye to my house.
Yeah, we won't talk about that yet.
I get real sad.
Not yet. I'd still be down for an Island of Dolls original. That would be cool. First of all, as a fleshed out single concept, not this mashup, monstrous formula. Yes, I'll take it in any way, shape, or form. So that'd be great. Please.
Yeah. One thing. One idea.
That's it. Just needs a little crows holding a Murdy tweet sign.
Oh, wow. Somebody find me a little crow. I don't know where to find one.
Etsy?
Somebody find it for me. Send me the link.
Yeah. Please.
I don't want to look for it. I'm busy still. We got 2 more weeks until I'm not busy anymore.
You say that like it's a bad thing, C-Town. I'm kidding. It would be a bad thing. It'd be a bad thing. Still the best house they've ever done. The 2022 version. Just saying.
So good. I was so spoiled that year.
You were.
That scarecrow.
The good scarecrow.
Almost why I didn't go this year.
Arkham asks, how hard is it to get Scream? I know about the MTV situation, but what's the current issue for not being able to use Scream? I don't know, actually. We've talked about this previously when it was kind of rumored this past year, but I don't remember the details of the rights we looked into. I do remember they're not like consistent, so they're not streamlined, so you don't just get Scream and you have the whole property. Like you'd have to acquire multiple things.
I looked it up because I know both of us are not very knowledgeable on this. So Spyglass owns 5 and Beyond.
Okay.
Paramount owns the rest. Oh wait, 4 are held by Lionsgate. Sorry.
So there is some difficulties if you want to try to acquire more than one.
Oh, and the Ghostface mask is owned by Fun World, which I did know that.
And then I also wonder, like, if they wanted to go to Paramount and say, hey, we want the original Scream, would they also have to then talk to, who has the current rights? What did you say? Spyglass. Do they also have to go to Spyglass because they hold current rights to the property and be like, we need your permission to do a Scream anything? I don't know, because there are like active deals that
Probably.
block other stuff sometimes. So potentially that's an issue.
Yeah, and like if I mean they're still making films. If this was like a franchise that was like done, I could understand. But also like, how many years did we say that Jason was messy, and now he's not so messy?
Hmm.
So there could be like back end stuff that we have no idea about.
Yeah. These rights aren't as straightforward as like, we own this, we own this, we own this. There's a lot more to it than that. It's exactly what you can touch, how you can touch it. So much going on.
Yep.
Hydra throwing an idea out there immediately, by the way. I think the first original is based on Dark Christmas, which would be something from the past
Yeah.
that he has done with Holidays in Hell.
Just Christmas and Krampus. I mean, it's
And
an IP,
Krampus.
but
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad at that. I like when they do holidays that are not Halloween.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Hydra also confirmed 20th year. Yes.
Well, Ireland is nice, I've heard, to just stay there.
Well, tying into that, Seatown says, do you think Murdy moves to the Great Britain park? I do not. I think when Murdy wraps it up, it's over.
Yeah, I mean, also like I know he's okay right now because his daughters aren't like that old. I know like one's like a preteen maybe, but like how much of like when they get older and like through like graduation and stuff like that, how much is he really going to want to miss as well?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
I
could see him doing like consulting work for it when he's done or something like that, but not being like the face of the event or anything.
Yeah.
Got to stay on the payroll, you know?
I mean, yeah.
I would too. Don't you guys, Orlando, usually convert a scare zone into a house? I wouldn't say usually.
Not
It's
always.
become more common, but historically, it's not that common.
No, I know some people thought that Grave of Flesh was going to be a direct sequel of
Graveyard Deadly Unrest.
Graveyard Deadly Unrest. It's not. But like we have done zones into houses, and we've done houses into like last year with Slaughter Cinema 2, and now we have Hatchet and Chains, which was a movie in that. We do sequels and we do like ideas reimagined, but like zones into houses are not like a consistent thing for us to say like usually.
Mm-hmm. I think it's happened maybe 5-6 times ever in the history of the event.
I'm trying to think of one right now.
Including IPs.
Oh yeah, Trick or Treat.
Trick or Treat. Killer Clowns.
Mm-hmm. Major Sweets. But that's...
I know there's more.
Yeah, if somebody's screaming at us right now, that's okay. Dead Man's Wharf. Thank you, Seatown.
Wow, that was a pretty ezy layup.
But yeah, it's not like an every year thing, whereas like we know Hollywood is going to have like a Latin American original or like a Blumhouse, but everybody has Blumhouse. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Orlando, a little different.
Dead Waters was also for Blood by oh god.
No.
I can't even get the name of the scare zone right.
It's not Bayou of Blood. Oh my god.
Is it Blood Bayou? No.
No.
What the fuck is it? Oh god. This is embarrassing.
Alex, where are you?
HHN Wiki, help.
Not 24 or 23.
It was 24. Anyways. Oh, going back to the Scream thing, Keith, I do know the mask is owned by someone else. So, again, smaller details that can be part of this.
I'm going to figure out what the fuck that thing was called. It's going to bother me. Where is it?
Yeah, that does really bother me. Help me, Jess.
I'm trying. It's just at the bottom, you know. Bayou of Blood, you were right.
Oh, okay. Good.
I don't know why I thought that wasn't it. I wasn't going yet.
I didn't sound ridiculous.
I just didn't believe. To me, that sounded like a SeaWorld hollow screen. So I was like,
they have one that sounds almost exactly the same.
I think they have
Blood Bayou. That one is Blood Bayou. Yeah.
I think it was a house last time we went to Tampa, to be honest. And that might be why I'm like, no.
Sure. I'm not getting into house scream. No.
I haven't gone in years.
Mikey says, craving the return of All Night Die-In or return to Shady Brook. All Night Die-In 2 is my first ever HHN house, and the Christmas Psychoscarapy was the first experience for water poop smell effects. Yeah, I mean, I think both of those are probably on the top of a lot of people's wish list to return. I think All Night Die-In is tough from an IP perspective because back when they were doing it, they were not licensing those IPs. They were just kind of stealing them, I guess.
My favorite phrase is, I don't
parodying
ask
them.
for permission, I ask for forgiveness. That's what
Correct.
HHN was doing.
Yeah. So they could do it more like, I guess, Slaughter Cinema and do their own thing. They create their own films for it. But I think that kind of ruins what All Night Die-In is. Shady Brook, on the other hand, I mean, again, it's an anniversary year next year. We haven't seen it in 10 years.
There's a whole generation of HHN people who have never seen Shady Brook.
Yeah.
10
years is a long time for something like Shady Brook. So, again, anniversary year. It's possible. You could get your wish literally next year.
I will allow it to call it an anniversary year if we get Shady Brook.
Is that it? That's the only thing?
Because honestly, that's one of the big things I haven't experienced at this point. Like, obviously there's some other shit, but like, that's a big HHN Orlando thing that I have not seen.
Mm-hmm. There are some more comments, but I do want to stick with the Hollywood before because everything is Orlando related. So really quick, let's wrap up the Hollywood side of things and move on to some more Murdy tweets here. This is going to be more tying into the houses that we have this year, not looking towards the future. So Murdy says there are multiple iterations of Jason in the house, including young Jason, Sackhead Jason, Hockey Mask Jason, Unmasked Jason, and Corpse Zombie Jason, as well as the new Jason 13-hole mask look, the Greg Nicotero one. That
the bobblehead
is a mask that exists.
I wish we would have taken a picture of me wearing the mask. It was so bad. Bobblehead looking motherfucker. I can't.
One thing I really liked about Hollywood is how every Jason felt so separate. Like they each had their moment. Where I feel like in Orlando, you don't really get specific moments for all of them. Like they don't stand out as their own. And in Hollywood, it was like, yep, bing, 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 bing. So I like that. I appreciated that.
We knew Murdy was going to do the slasher right. Said that from the beginning.
Mm-hmm. The setup is a group of urban explorers calling themselves Death Tours who travel to the abandoned Camp Crystal Lake to document the site for their social channels, which isn't a good idea with Jason. Many of the kills in the house are homages to the kills in the film series. Some of them are definitely more than an homage, and they are basically the kill from the series. Another standout, I think they do the kills very well and make them, in many cases, full show moments. I think this story is a lot of fun. Like, there's a reason you are here in Camp Crystal Lake. And there's a reason, I guess, you die. Well, I don't know if you technically die, but you watch a lot of people die.
Okay.
All of the fresh kills in the house are Death Tours group. Oh, well, there you go. The desecrated corpses are the original camp counselors. And how do you spell counselors? Is that the Irish way, maybe? I don't know.
I don't know, man. I was looking at that too.
Stop me in my tracks. And victims from Jason's original killing spree. Since the house is set in the present day, those corpses are pretty rotten.
Were they pretty rotten, Duff?
They were pretty rotten, Jess.
Okay.
They were.
Okay.
The old dude in the hat at the facade telling you you're doomed is Crazy Ralph from Friday the 13th. Yes, Albert, you were correct when you said that a long, long time ago when this was announced. Good job.
Yeah.
His bike that he rides in that film is sitting behind him. You later see his corpse, a la his death in Friday 2.
Crazy Ralph.
The first scene in the house, Jason's shrine to his mother Pamela, contains newspaper clippings of the various tragedies at Camp Crystal Lake plastered on the wall. These were all custom created by our graphic designers. Well done. Pamela and Jason tombstones can be found in the graveyard scene in the house where you run into corpse Jason.
The best Jason.
The car kill, I'm sure you've seen it in video now, Jess.
I have.
Comes off very good in person.
Good.
Shows very well in person. Features a girl trying to start a red VW Bug in homage to Friday 13th 2. Even though we did that scene in 07-08, we had to buy another car that was the same make, model, color because the original one has been part of the War of the Worlds set for decades. Oh, that is a cool little historical tidbit there.
Yeah.
That original VW Bug was actually a picture car that Kate Hudson drove in the movie Skeleton Key.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Thanks, John.
HHN. Look what you're using. Or used to use. And lastly, the Camp Massacre scene contains multiple references to kills in the film series, including the hatchet kill, throat slit body, and tree from Friday 13th 2, and road flare kill from Friday 13th A New Beginning.
I need to rewatch this walkthrough.
You do. Question, is the guy that's getting electrocuted at the electrical box a reference to the video game that came out a couple years back? No, it's from one of the films.
Yep.
This is the third and final house in a trilogy that we began back in 2023. The original idea for a house was to create a place where all the people, obviously it's monstrous by the way,
Yes,
who were
sorry.
killed by the monstrous of Latin American myths and legends are buried. Each time we've done this series of houses, the facade changes. I described the idea to our art director, Chris Williams, this way. It's as if we picked up the camera and focused it on a different part of the cemetery. This year, it's the children's part of the cemetery. The names on the gravestones and crypts in the cemetery are all family members or relatives of our props and dressing crew. That's also true of all the photographs featured in the house. Love that. One of my favorite things in haunts.
Consistent, like in all of them, right? I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
He says this, I think, every year.
Mm-hmm.
That I like that.
Hydra confirm. In the meantime, Muerte, the caretaker of the cemetery, was inspired by the character Death from the 1957 film The Seventh Seal by Ingmar Bergman, as played by Max von Sydow, who later starred in The Exorcist. That character was later parodied in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
So Muerte is just Death from Bill and Ted.
From Bill and Ted. Correct. Every year. Yes.
Okay. Hey, I remembered something about Hollywood.
This year I gave Muerte a ghostly pet black cat, which I loved, by the way. Beautiful touch.
Must be lonely.
He had a little kitty. He's a cat dad.
God. I like that Murdy considered that he was lonely.
Because I thought he must be lonely hanging around the cemetery by himself. An animated version of the cat appears in the facade and towards the end of the house in the final scene with Muerte.
There's 2 cat animatronics in this house?
Correct.
I need to see. Okay, so I talked to Duff about this, but I feel like this year the houses, and I tried to watch as many walkthroughs as I could in Hollywood, they did not video very well. They don't usually video the best. I mean, Orlando, but I feel like the walkthroughs were not doing a lot of these houses justice this year, based on what Duff was telling me.
Mm-hmm. I'll be honest, I still haven't watched any walkthroughs. So
okay.
I am curious to now go back and compare to my actual site, I guess. Yeah. And I'll let you know if they actually do match up at all.
Okay. I also need to watch them.
Some of your opinions, I was like, that's surprising based off what I walked through, but okay.
Right.
We'll talk more.
Mm-hmm.
The altar paintings in the house of the 3 main monstros were created by our in-house artist, Lucas Colshaw. I wrote detailed descriptions for each painting in the treatment. Good job, John. Having done 2 previous monstros houses, Chris and I knew that you boils and ghouls, I hate that, would know the format and where to expect scares, so we intentionally changed that up to mess with you, particularly at the beginning and end. What? You barely changed anything, bro. What are you talking about? He's talking about changing the format. And like,
okay, in the walkthroughs, it looked fully
barely
the same format, same layout.
Ever so slightly, maybe.
It was like one boo hole to the left now or something.
I'm trying to think of even like which ones are different.
Because that was my issue with the first one to the second one, is like I felt like it was the same house with different. I mean, we talked about this. Everybody talked about this with just different creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, John. I'm gonna watch a bunch of walkthroughs when we're done here.
Now I'm gonna go watch a Monstrous 3 walkthrough right after this now. While many of the scenes in La Llorona section were featured in our previous houses, yes, they were, I added the scene of the grandmother telling her grandchildren the story of La Llorona, since the story is traditionally handed down orally.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry, Harjo. This was the first year with the Dark Wall barrage ending. My bad. You're right. You're right.
What? So there were just black walls? So Hollywood.
Watch the walkthrough.
I have. I will again.
The water in the lake scene is only a couple inches deep. This meant that our prop team had to vertically cut in half the prop bodies of the drowned children so they looked like they were floating. To me, this is one of the most disturbing scenes we ever created for HHN. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
But you've done it before.
Quite a few times.
But you've done it before. And it looked a little bit better in 2022. I think slightly maybe because of the way the layout was. It wasn't exactly the same.
Okay.
I mean, the water effect and all that looked the same, but the way the whole scene was laid out was a little different.
Interesting to know that they just have a bunch of prop kids cut vertically.
Lastly, I just wanted to say thanks for embracing all three Monstros houses. As someone who didn't grow up with these stories, it's been an amazing journey learning about another culture. Just one. I'm grateful to our team members who helped us and the amazing cast who brought them to life. I hope you learned about more than one culture, otherwise you learned nothing, John.
Yeah. Don't generalize. They're all different.
All right, moving on. I'm going to miss Muerte. Oh, there's one more.
Moving on, Muerte. Did I lose you, Duff? Oh, no. Did we lose Duff? Did we lose me? Guess we'll find out. Who's frozen? Me or Duff? Both of us? It's Duff's frozen. Oh no, now it's the Jess show. I'm gonna miss Muerte telling us his stories about Monstrous and kind of regret announcing that this would be the final house in the series, especially with how well received they've been. But I said it and I'm not going back on that. Time to explore what's next. Stay tuned. Wow, it really is just me now. Hopefully Duff will be back. How do you guys feel about that? Monstrous is done. But I mean, didn't he say that we're not done with the Latin American stories yet? I'm not sure. I don't have the tweets to even say. Those are all on Duff's side. Duff, come back. Where are you? Come back. Christine, thank you. Oh no, internet's gone for Duff. Well, we can talk about whatever we want. Let me go through the chat. I can't put anything up on the screen, but we can discuss it. Seatown, I agree. I am glad that Murdy does these like Easter egg tweet threads because Hollywood doesn't have a behind the scenes story like we do. Oh,
Heck.
Yay! I could only vamp for so long.
Every time this has happened, which I think luckily is only like twice, I'm always so worried that the stream just like is gone.
No,
So
I'm still here.
on my phone, I'm like, is it still going? And I see you vamping. I'm like, okay, good.
It's me going, who froze? Me, Duff, me? And Christine texted me and said, it's just Duff.
I like the chat is just literally Duff.
Just 365. Yeah, hotline. Jess and Co.
Vamp 365. That's what we do.
That's what it is. I did get the deer in headlights when I realized I was like, oh fuck. Because I can't do the slides from my end. You're the only one. So I'm sitting here like, well.
Well, thanks for holding it down.
You're welcome. As I went. That's the screenshot.
Give me just 1 second as I pull everything back up because it takes everything out.
Oh god, we were so far past this. I think we were at the end of Monstrous too. Did you freeze again? Y'all. Duff. Well, I'm just gonna start talking. So I think we were done with Monstrous, but what do you guys have to say? I have to go past all the deaf comments. Murdy will never be done with Latin American folklore. You know what? I'm okay with that, especially considering like they're in California. That culture is so deep. Like, I want them to focus on one, like La Llorona. I would love to see them tackle Chupacabra. I did not love it. Well, again, it really is just me. I did not love it in Orlando. I've made that very known. I did not think it was the best house. It was actually in the bottom for me, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I would love to. I don't know what other ideas. I mean, I would even love to see him take one of the monsters he's done and give them a whole house from Monstrous. Oh, Albert, you're right. Like Garth in Wayne's World when Wayne leaves him alone to do the show. Am I Garth? Oh no.
Have I
Stuff.
mentioned how much I hate Spectrum?
I mean, I'm also on Spectrum, so. But I've also had a lot of issues.
Okay.
Albert has the best comment. Garth in Wayne's World when Wayne leaves him to do the show alone. And you came in on me having an existential crisis where I thought I was Wayne, but I'm pretty sure I'm Garth.
Oh. Yeah, that is true, isn't it?
I'm pretty
You
sure
are.
I'm Garth.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Party on. That's the wrong one, but you know what I mean. Exactly. That's exactly what Garth would say too. I'm not even on any substances right now, y'all.
Thanks for your condolences. I appreciate it.
Should I light my Murdy Tweets candle for you?
I'm just Muerte now. I'm the storyteller.
Oh, no, you're the cat. Let's be real.
I'm the cat.
You're
I'm Muerte's cat.
I would also like to point out I wore my
wonderful.
Terror Tram shirt to talk about all this stuff with Murdy.
Oh, fitting.
For you Hollywood people. Albert, you're welcome.
I wore nothing of the sort, so I'm just not going to talk about that.
It's fine.
Oh, breaking news. Warner Brothers rejected Paramount's bid. I wonder if Comcast makes an attempt. I did see a report that Comcast was interested, so we'll see. That would mean a lot for HHN. A lot. Because apparently the bids are for like a lot of the properties, but not the actual networks. So that would basically just land exactly what we want them to have. I don't know if I actually want them to have that. I think these studios buying each other out is actually a really bad thing for media in general.
Yeah.
But for HHN, I mean,
I'm not going to complain about that. Freeze 365.
That we are, John. That we are.
That you are. You.
That I am.
The first time I freeze, I'm going to be like, oh, fuck. It's my turn.
I won't know what to do.
Vamp.
I'll
365. At least you have the slideshows. Hi,
Sure.
Mike.
Hey, what's up? All right. So with that, oh no, stop. With that, let's move on to. I have to bring everything back up again. 1 second. Let's actually.
What are you doing?
I didn't mean to. I was
talking
trying to
about
bring
dolls.
it in. We're not talking about dolls yet, but we are going to talk about now Orlando and kind of our experience with the event. We have not talked to you on a live since we've done the event at all, so we have a lot to say. I do kind of want to angle this as, our rankings, but also like, how have they evolved? How did we see them in week 1 versus today? A lot different.
We're considering our week 8 rankings, right?
Yes.
Okay,
So
because I just did them on the fly.
Perfect. John, I miss it too, and that's only since it's a Tuesday.
We'll be back tomorrow.
And I miss it, correct. Anyways, so I think a good way to do this is actually just kind of go through each house first and talk about how we feel about it, and then we'll do our rankings after we discuss them. So you might already have a good idea of what we think about them and where they might be. But that's okay. Starting with dolls, let's play dead. If you remember when we talked about the hype for this, I wanted to put it lower, and I convinced myself to put it high. I was like, Charles Gray, I love Dollhouse of the Damned. It's an all-timer for me. He's going to do it again. Starting off my first run, I was like, oh, he didn't do it again, unfortunately. To me, the house feels a bit empty. It feels very open and empty and very interesting take for a dollhouse, which you expect to be more crammed and claustrophobic. But you really don't get that much at all.
No. It's very open and vulnerable. So are the actors. There's only like 3 or 4 traditional boo holes in this house. And I think that that's my issue with it, is that everyone is just out. And I understand some, I think it was actually Jamie from Fear and Beer who made this point, and I was like, okay, I hear you. They're dolls. They're just left in the dollhouse, like strewn around.
Mhm.
I don't think it makes me like it more considering that. And I should love it. I played with like a lot of these dolls that she's fucked up growing up. Like nostalgia is there. But if you held a gun to my head, I could not tell you Charles Gray made this house.
Mhm.
Because it doesn't feel like a Charles Gray house.
I will say in moments, because I think here's my thing with dolls. I think individually there are some really fucking cool things that are done.
Mhm.
Just when it mashes all together on top of its skeleton, if you will, it just doesn't hit. It doesn't work as well. Like for me, simple but effective. The Easy Bake Oven, great. The electrocution scene, like the entire thing from walking into that dollhouse facade, first electrocution, second electrocution, the kind of pinball of scare actors, great moment. I love following the rat story throughout, even if it's killing a rat. Sorry, Jess, but
Evil.
it's really clever,
Yeah.
and that fucking rat's really aggressive too.
That thing comes out like 6 feet, and it is eye level with me.
Hmm.
And then it like pushes me. I don't know. I feel like that last third is the best part of the house. From the minute you enter that, like with the one that's like getting electrocuted, like in the walkway, the big one.
Yeah,
I feel like from that moment on is amazing. But it's that first 2/3 of the house where I'm just like, oh, the facade's cool. Okay.
I agree. But also, I really like Lila integration. I think it works really well. I know not everyone loves the way the screens work, but I think they play really well in a house. I like her as a character. I think her attitude is a lot of fun. You really feel like she's just a maniacal, crazy little child, but not like, just regular tear dolls up. Like she's actually kind of a psycho.
Yeah.
And that's fun.
Yeah.
And you see it right from the beginning, like crossing out the cat on the picture. It's like, oh no.
Dead.
Yeah. But yeah, it just does not all come together, unfortunately, as much as I like individual pieces. And I thought at first there was a chance that like it would click and it would work. Because in my first run through, I thought the same thing. I was like, I didn't love that, but I liked this, I like that, I like this. So I think that all will cultivate at some point. It did not.
No.
It just never did. And I think I've hit the point where like, no, that's actually its ceiling. So I have to drop it because I had it higher on potential to start. So for me, it has moved down.
Mm-hmm. My hype list, it was my number 4. It has never made it in the top 6, 5 this year.
I think I had it at 3.
I think you had it higher than me. I remember that.
Double checking.
Or we were very close.
I should already have this pulled up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I had it at 4 as well, actually.
Okay.
I had it at 4. It is not at 4. I will say that much.
No, and I hate that because every time I go through it, I really want to like walk out being like, whoa. And I don't have like a dollhouse of the damn bias or anything. I didn't get to see the house. So for me, this has nothing to do with that because I've heard people like bring that up. Nope. I am just not vibing with it, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I also just wish that. Oh God, I just lost my train of thought. Oh. I wish. I don't know if you've noticed, but most of the scare actors in the first like 2/3 of the house are, if something I liked in the beginning, I don't think I like it now. They are like interpretations of like famous Barbie outfits.
No, never caught on.
Before you get to the Easy Bake Oven, like there's 3 or 4 of them that are like very notorious. Like you have like the Jazzercise Barbie.
I've caught a couple. I've caught that one.
Yeah, like there's a couple of them.
I don't know if I've seen more than that, actually. I think that might be the only one.
The melted face is the tracksuit from the 80s.
Oh,
Mhm,
okay.
like, these are all Barbies that, like, I get chills thinking about, like, I should love them, but then I see them and I'm like, "There's just something off about my experience."
Hmm. Yeah. So let's see what everyone else in the chat thinks about it. I will say a lot of agreements. Keith, uh, super shining moments, but as a whole, solid number 8. Town says, love all the different types of creepy porcelain. Love all the different types of toys. It isn't just creepy porcelain dolls. Lila's a strong character. Being shrunk down to the size of toy is a theme park staple for a reason. I agree with that. I don't agree
Yeah.
that it's great, but yeah.
Yeah.
And I think this is a good time to point out 2 things. This is actually a very strong year. So like if I was putting this like in last year's lineup, it finishes way higher, for example. And
Mhm.
then also, there are such differing thoughts on every single house. Everyone's list looks so different, and that speaks highly of the event
Mhm.
because that means there's not a clear gap of what's good and what's not. Everything is kind of good in its own right, and it'll play more into your personal feelings rather than just like, oh, that's not a good house. So
Yeah.
this like I try not to give that disclaimer most years because I don't want to sound like I'm just trying to be so nice, but like legitimately this year, like I think the houses are actually that strong. Where like, yeah, my number 10 is some people's favorite.
Yeah, and I get it, like, I'm not sitting here going, "What?
Hmm.
Why would you have that there?" Like, it makes sense because this is, like, one of the strongest full 10 house lineups I think we've had.
I think a lot you're going to hear from me in this overall, especially about my lower ranked houses, is that's just not what I'm looking for in a house.
Yep.
Because and there's really one huge example of that where I fully understand why people love it and I don't, and we'll get to that later. But just
Oh,
wanted to get those out of the way real quick. Spooky Bits, I love Dolls Let's Play Dead. It creeped me out, and I absolutely love the costuming. And the tendies are one of my favorite foods this year. The garlic parm tendies with that spicy marinara hit so hard.
so good.
So good.
I'm gonna miss those.
Oh, I'm going to miss a lot of food this year.
Bring it back for Mardi Gras. I don't care.
Huntline, I've always wanted to go through Sid's room as a maze. This kind of did that for me. I can see that.
Oh, wait, that just reminded me of what I lost my train of thought on earlier. The biggest disappointment for me in this house, as someone who was very hyped up for on opening night on my media tour, was the bed scene, under the bed scene.
Mm.
And not once has it hit the way that it was intended to hit. She's supposed to be like actively wetting the bed while you walk under. That's why there's the wet flooring. There's never been a water effect in that room for me.
It never makes it clear, that's for sure.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know. And the smell, I can taste it for like an hour after I go through the house.
I don't like the plastic smell, I'm not going to lie.
I know you do.
I'm
I
weird, I
don't get
guess.
it. I can literally taste it.
I like the taste, maybe. Arkham says, I wouldn't mind if she comes back at some point. Agree. I like Lila as a
Ooh,
character a lot.
love Lila. Love
Eight.
her.
Yes. Especially at HHN bar, getting those interactions, pretty fun. Pretty
She's
fun.
so fun.
8-Bit Slasher says, Dolls is actually number 3 for me. Quite a bit higher than we're going to have it, that's for sure. Keith Duff, how do you feel it lives to the doll's name? As someone who also went through Dollhouse of the Damned, this house kind of feels like a slap in the face of the doll's name. I don't know if I'd call it a slap in the face just because I don't fully tie it to the same name, if you will. Like it doesn't feel like one in the same franchise at all. It just feels like Charles Gray kind of has a spiritual successor in a way, but it doesn't feel like it's actually in the same lineage of house at the end of the day. So I don't want to say it feels like a slap in the face. Quality wise, it is much, 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 much lower.
The only similarity is did Charles Gray make Dollhouse?
Yes.
Okay, well, whatever. Besides that, it's just dolls. Like from what I've seen of Dollhouse and I've heard, they are not similar at all.
No, once you walk through that door, it is not
Oh,
Dollhouse of the Damned
and the big
whatsoever.
baby head from Dollhouse is in there. That's it.
That is true.
That's it.
That is true. Seatown. I actually have not seen that scare actor at the end of the night. I've heard much about it. Never experienced it.
Maybe we need to try to catch her.
Maybe because I don't choose to run that late at night typically.
You know,
And in my final 2 weeks, I should try. I want to see it. Because that's one of the few things this year where there's like a difference at some point. Yeah, I'll make an effort. I'll try.
I don't know. We'll see.
Allison says Dolls was my number one because the concept was so fucked up. Would love to see Lila as an icon, all grown up and a serial killer. Again, I was all about the concept. I'm all about Lila. I don't disagree with any of that.
Okay, hear me out. Everyone forget about Sinister and Surreal for a minute. Just forget they existed. I know we all want to anyways. Lila and Cindy. One like supernatural, one just fucked up. That's all I got.
Sure, why not?
It's Sinister and Surreal. Welcome back.
See, I'm not the only one who likes the smell.
Oh,
I'm not the only one. It's
Mary
like my
agrees
favorite
with
part
me.
of the house.
No, Mary agrees with me. I can taste it. I can't even eat for like an hour after going through Dolls.
Let's see. Anything else before we move on?
Arkham, it is gross being peed on top of, but she's a psychopath. That's what they do.
Lila and Cindy would 100% be besties. Oh, good. So many BlizzCon batteries. We didn't bring up the biggest Easter egg throughout this house. BlizzCon is alive and well, and on the food truck as well.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to our what do you think? Should we give our full list at the end, or should we tell them what we have ranked now? Because we just talked about it.
I feel like we could go that way.
Yeah, we'll do that. So, Jess, where do you have Dolls Let's Play Dead ranked right now? And if you had any variations throughout that you want to talk about, please feel free.
Okay, so I'm going to say the highest I've had it ranked, and then like now. So the highest I've had Dolls ranked after the hype is 8. And it is now 9 for week 8. For me. It's just, which is actually crazy when you think about how much I've shit on 2 of the IPs this year. So that means they're above it.
The highest I ever had it was opening week, and again, this was based on pure hope that it would all connect. It was number 6. Now, I technically there's 2 I'm flopping, and this is one of them.
I lied. It was my 5th week 1. I'm so sorry.
Oh, there you go.
Whatever. Sorry, as you were saying.
I technically have it listed at 7, but I think there's a 90% chance it finishes the season at 8.
That's fair.
Which I guess we'll get to once we talk about what I currently have down there. So number 7 for now. Again, it's still not a bad house by any means. I just want more cohesiveness and more of a fleshed out walkthrough experience specifically.
I'd love to see not that I'm saying the sets aren't good, but I'd love to see what they could do in a soundstage with something like this. So I do feel like some transition hallways are.
They could really create the scale there.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on to our next house, we're going to go with El Artista, a Spanish haunting. Of course, this is something both of us had ranked very highly in our hype list. I believe I had it number 1. You had it number 2. Jonathan also had it number 1, I believe.
I think so.
If I'm not mistaken. So obviously we were very excited about this house. And I will say when I first walked through it, I wasn't disappointed, but the walkthroughs at first were not always full. And I'd say one downfall of that, specifically for this house, is it is so story-driven that the scare actors are literally pushing the narrative of the house.
Yeah.
So if they aren't there, not only are you not getting that scare, you're not getting that piece of the story. So it hurt it. Like, I'm not saying it was low or anything. It is one of the most beautiful houses they've ever built. That is for sure. I think the stories, there's multiple within this. It's not just a single story. It's absolutely beautiful. But it had a rougher start, and it took a few weeks, honestly, probably like 4 weeks for it to really start picking up for me. And now it has. I'm getting more consistent runs. I've caught full runs. So it's really fleshing out these walkthroughs, and I'm fully getting the story not each and every, but most times at this point.
Mm-hmm. This house, okay. We love Dylan Kolath in this show, on the show. We know that, the scenic designer. Dead Man's Pier, Blood Moon, all that shit. So we knew scenically this was going to hit because it's Gothic architecture, which is something we both love, and Dylan Kolath, and Ramon, who is like come into his own in the last couple years in creative. Like, oh my God. This house, I agree, it did fall, not in the first 2 weeks for me, but in the middle. Like it started slipping. But the lowest it ever got was 6 for me because it was just so pretty. And I saw a comment that said, I want more imagery of the paintings coming to life of this house. I felt the same way until some more things were explained to me. And they are, but you have to look for them. Unfortunately, they're not the main storyline with Sergio. They are a secondary storyline with the first owner of the house. So if you look around, like a lot of those paintings are her family. And they are like the girl you see that comes out of the door, the little girl. Things like that. And the ghost woman with the jaw. Like the more you look in this house and the more you try to find and dig, the better it got for me. Did not have the best runs, especially like, I want to say like week 3, 4 were really hard on Artista.
Mm-hmm.
And we know like IPs always take precedent when it comes to staffing. So people get pulled from the originals. Felt like Artista got hit a lot for the IPs. I can't confirm that, but that's just how it felt. But since then, they have ramped it up. I don't know if they hired more spares or whatever, but they are literally driving the storyline. And I've had perfect runs almost, I think, at least multiple times a week now, which is really hard to do towards the end of the run.
I will say October 1st is when the new sets of cast came in.
Okay, so that makes sense.
The fill-ins of new people. So that would make sense why it has become more consistent since then.
Yeah.
There's not much more to say about it right now. Obviously, we're going to do full overviews of this. It truly is one of the most beautiful houses they've ever created in several moments throughout the house. It is truly impressive. On our 6-house tour, I spent, you guys kept walking. I was in front of the facade for an extra like 5 minutes while you guys were getting the story. I was like, yeah, I can hear you. That's fine. I'm just taking this in. It is incredibly beautiful. The story is amazing. And the thing is, when you get those runs, and I want to bring it up here because Albert, you're correct. Set design alone does not make a great house. But the thing is, when this is firing on all cylinders, it has the scares, it has incredible story. Like it does have it all. It just does it inconsistently.
Mm-hmm.
So I think at the end of the day, I rank based on that. Like if I got a perfect run of this every single time, this would absolutely be an all-time house for me.
Yeah.
But I haven't, not even half the time. So I take that into consideration. But it is there. It is definitely there. You just need to catch the right run.
Yeah, but I would say what a Hollywood person comment to make. How are you going to argue when half your house is a black walls, man? I'm kidding. Maybe I'm not. But no, I agree. But like also, if a house is beautiful from start to finish, a house is beautiful from start to finish. We cannot deny that.
Also true. So
but it doesn't
Jess,
make it. Yes.
Where do you have this ranked? Did it have any fluctuations that were interesting?
Oh, boy, did it. This, again, it started as my number 2 hype. And then the first 2 weeks, it was up there. It fell to 6th or 7th, I think was its lowest, which that tells you right there. That's rough. That is rough. But now I'm pretty sure this is where it's going to stay. It is my number 4 for week 8. Because these runs have been, like when I tell you, I don't know what happened. I have had perfect runs through this house consistently now.
The way I talked about it probably sounds like I had crazy fluctuation. I haven't. It actually started at number 4, sat there for a while. It has now moved up to number 3. However, I do think it has the potential to be number 1. Like if these next 2 weeks, everyone is killer, it could be my number 1. Do I expect that at this point? No, obviously not. I've had 8 weeks of pure inconsistency, but it is good enough to be my number 1. Right now, number 3. Number 4 is its lowest, and I at this point, it can't drop below that because I've seen what it really is.
Yeah.
And it is a top 3 house. I will say that much.
Yeah. Sure. 3.
Yeah.
This year's so unfair.
I
for
do want
me.
to say I did an opening night rankings, which I've never actually done before.
Oh.
And it's literally just like, how did my first run at the house go? And it looked completely different from my overall opening weekend. And it was number 6 on opening night because it was a terrible run. Terrible. So
I had to ask
just
to
want to
do
throw
it
that
again.
out there.
I specifically asked to do it again because my run was so bad on opening night. So I get it.
All right, let's see what the chat thinks. I'm sure a lot of love, specifically love, mi amor. Yes, John, I know you love it. Everyone I've brought to the event loves it. Not that I brought you to the event, but you know what I mean. Everyone I've gone to the event with loves it.
Duff's leading RIP tours now, I heard.
I guess so. Give me your money. 8-Bit says, I definitely wanted more imagery of the paintings coming to life out of this house. And that's kind of what I'm talking about with you need these scare actors to really tell it, because it happens quite a bit, but only on like the perfect runs.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Sounds like Keith is in a similar boat to us. This house keeps growing on me. I truly think this is a masterpiece, but I feel like it took half the season for it to fully hit. Now I literally get teary-eyed thinking this leaves me in 2 weeks.
Don't even get me started on teary-eyed.
Mm-hmm. I think we have a while before we get to that. Don't worry.
I figured.
Mikey says, yeah, I agree with Duff. Staffing really affects your experience, but overall, it's my number 6.
I get that.
C-Town says, incredible but inconsistent. I see no reason why a haunted house should have as much downtime as this. Got stuck in line because it opened 45 minutes late. Creatively brilliant, operationally messy. I mean, I can't argue with that. That is correct.
Ops in this house are going through it.
Jody says, I'm definitely interested on how it runs now versus when I went in September when there was a lot of missing scares. For us, it's been running a lot better. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Arkham says, you have to become a lore hunter to understand the story. I don't think so, but you do need the perfect run to really get it. I think there's a base story. You don't need a perfect run, but to get the additional pieces, you probably need a perfect run and multiple runs.
Yeah.
You have to be someone who's very vigilant in houses. But the base story you can just get with a good run.
Yeah.
Keith, there is a lot. There is a lot.
There's a whole wall that they had to make removable or not have when they were building the house. We found out that was, every time I go in the house now, I go, that's the wall.
That's the wall. I can move it right now if I wanted to.
It's on a hinge. Just no.
Dank Slayer likes the gargoyle flying scene. It is very cool. It is very cool. Katie, having it as your top hype is completely acceptable.
It's really
completely. Keith says, I think Dylan's houses always struggle with this blood moon. Dead Man's Pier struggle with inconsistent while goblins slapped.
Keith, I can agree with most of that statement.
I think we're also talking about different levels of scenic versus the first two and goblins.
Goblins did not slap for me. I mean, if you listen to our show, I hated goblins. I still hate goblins. I did not think it was very good. But yeah, I agree. Blood Moon and Dead Man's Pier had the most staffing inconsistencies, and I was very hard on it because of it.
Yep. That should have been my number 1 that year, but it very much was not.
It was so poorly staffed, always.
Keith also adds this is his number 2 and thinks that his top 3 are set in stone. Funnily enough, as we get through this more, my top 3 are very much not set in stone. There's a lot of movement happening right now. So, yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
I'm not saying anything yet.
Arkham also has this one switching around the rankings. Oh, yes, this is a good note here. C-Town, the journal pages on the wall forming a figure is so cool. Something I only notice on the behind-the-scenes walkthrough. And there's multiple of them. Because I did notice one. So on the left, there was like a very clear hand. But when you first walk into that room on the bookcase, that whole thing is like a figure. Like a demon. Like a humanoid type or demon, yeah. All made out of like the pages. And I did not catch that before Unmasking the Horror. And now I see it. I'm like, oh, shit, that's so cool. Yeah. Is that a positive that you don't get it without unmasking? I won't say, but it is there and it's very cool.
Yeah. On Saturday, that room was working as a double scare, and I had to physically
Mm,
pull Kim through that scene.
nice.
Like literally pull her while somebody pushed her. It was so funny.
Love it. I can see that from Kim too.
Duff, the run through Jason was worse than the ones you saw.
Oh, yeah.
I was
I missed
literally
out.
on
Oh,
top
man.
of her as she was on the floor.
Now, before we move on, one last question about it. So, icon coded or not?
No, I
No.
don't think so.
I think for this event, yeah, technically. In general, no. I don't think so.
I think Sergio is too passive to be an
Mhm.
icon as the main character.
Yes. La Casa Creación is the icon.
I like how you gave that like an actual Spain accent.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. Like the little lisp and everything.
Cata Creación.
Yeah, I'm really proud of you for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, not like a Boris where I feel like Boris will have his day one time eventually. He's too passive. That's the best way I can put it.
He doesn't stand on his own. He is part of this house,
Yeah, he's in the zone for the last like 20 minutes.
which I still haven't seen either, by the way.
Oh, I have. He was hiding in the WWE mausoleum and wrecked someone in front of me.
Ooh.
Shit.
That's fun. All right, let's move on. We're taking a lot of time here. Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, you almost sang it like Jonathan.
He doesn't sing anything.
Hey, Five Nights at Freddy's. He sings the song.
Does he? Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't realize. Sorry.
Okay. He says it more than he says Huskus.
Huskus. Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's is definitely Five Nights at Freddy's. I want to start off by saying I think they did about as good as you could possibly do with this property. This property specifically being the movie Five Nights at Freddy's. It's extremely immersive. I think the opening scene is incredibly impressive. After that,
You got anything nice to say about it besides that?
the kids don't wear masks like in Hollywood.
Hey.
That's it. No, I got.
Okay. Hey, the cupcake is not working again from what I saw.
No, and honestly, I liked it better when it didn't work. I liked imagining what it would look like. So when it did work, I was like, oh, that's not impressive at all.
Same with Foxy,
Correct.
who is working consistently, but not good.
Yeah, again, I really think there's not much more you could have done. I do think it's immersive. I think there's a level of like 90s nostalgia I have in general in certain scenes, which I enjoy. But as a house, like when we talk about the rankings, I'll fully clear it up. But it has just been kind of falling off a cliff fully.
Yeah. This one has been. I don't even really put much effort into going through it. I try to do every house at least once a week, but this one is just one, the line is insane, which I understand. For some people, this is their WWE. They are literally printing money with this IP. And that's great for Universal. That's great for Future Horror Nights. It's great for us. I don't love this house. I do like that we have the 3 characters on the stage compared to Hollywood. That's fun.
Yeah.
The first scene is fun. Chica almost slapped my ass one night in the ending.
Oh, Chica.
That was that literally made me go, whoa. I think that was my best run I've ever had of the house, actually, was that one. Because they were very aggressive, that one. But even with that, the highest this one got before like what it is this week was like 8 or 7 in the last couple weeks. It's just not for me.
What do you have it at now? We might as well.
10. Yeah. It has been 10 pretty consistently. Like if it's not 8 or 7, it's always 10. And it was only 8. I think it was 7 week, like 5 or 6.
So I will say, since literally night 1, this was sitting at number 8. There was some movement above and below it, but it just stayed at number 8. And I think it was just the level of immersiveness, because it truly is impressive scenically at points. this is the week I made the change. And I think being able to go all the time, several nights every single week of the event, is great for most houses. That gives them an opportunity to shine so I can see what they can be. For 5 nights at Freddy's, this house has become straight up boring. Like,
Yeah.
I don't enjoy my walkthroughs at this point. I like it is worn off how good it looks. That doesn't matter. This is not an HHN house to me. If you enjoy it, I'm happy. If it's a property you love, I'm happy you got to experience it. If it's a nice gateway house, that's amazing. I'm happy that
Yeah.
it's there for them. For me, boredom. Pure boredom. It is my number 10, and it dropped hard, and there's no way it rises. I have not enjoyed a walkthrough in a couple weeks, like at all.
I don't think I'm going to say bye to this house. I think Saturday might have been my last run.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, it's just not, it's not worth it. It's not worth a 2-hour wait for me, at least. I don't know. And also, like, not to be the person to bring this up, but every time I go through this house, no matter what, there is a group younger than me. I won't generalize and say teenagers, but there is a group younger than me that is either touching me because they're scared or just being whoever they are and they have to be on top of somebody in front of them. They're pushing me or they're literally screaming in my ear at nothing, at black corners. So my runs have not been good at all. And it's just because of the people that are wanting to see this house. Not to say drunk adults are not also the problem, but every time I turn around, it's someone significantly younger than me this year. That's it. I don't want anybody to attack me. It's just not for me. This should have been a FanFest experience. There's also something else that should have been a FanFest experience. We'll get to that.
Yeah. Anyways, let's get to the chat where Keith says, also, number 10 house, super impressive on a technical point, but is my least favorite house by a whole. We're at the same point, I think. Seatown says, bad. The puppets aren't emotive enough. When they aren't actively trying to scare guests, they feel lifeless. The opening scene is fantastic, though. And that's a great point right there, that when they are not doing anything, they are literally just sitting there. And not in a way like it's a animatronic that's turned off. In a way that it's like a puppet that is not being used. Which typically, in most houses, you can just go back to A Quiet Place last year, when puppets aren't being used, they kind of retract and go into the dark. That is not the case in this house. They're just sitting there, like you say, completely lifeless. And that does not help the house, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Arkham, what she meant by that is that they are not all visible. That all three are not covered by anything, and all right there up front. One animatronic, 2 puppets, instead of 1 animatronic and 2 shadows.
Objections. Yeah.
Dankslayer says, I got probably the scariest run of FNAF in Hollywood on Sunday. The movable puppet were running full insane speed at people. I will say one thing I noticed in Hollywood is they didn't give a fuck if they looked like animatronics. they were just sprinting at you.
Oh, that's fun. Just kidding, not fun.
Maybe more fun, but also like I know what you're supposed to look like, and you just look like a human sprinting at me instead. No, not like a human, but you know what I mean. Like you aren't supposed to move like that.
Yeah.
Best part of the house is getting to see Uncle Howdy and the walkout music for WWE.
Remember, fireflies, I'll always light the way. That's my favorite part of FNAF. 100%.
8-Bit says, my number 2 house, honestly, it's not perfect, but I had been waiting for this since 2014, and I'm so sad to see it go. Hope FNAF 2 comes next year. One thing I will say about FNAF 2, what I've seen from the trailers, it looks better. Because I would like to reiterate, I think there's probably a lot more you could do with Five Nights at Freddy's as a franchise.
Yes.
They were just really stuck with that first movie. What else were they supposed to do?
Yeah, and that's my issue as somebody who I've said it before. I liked the games. I played, I think, the first and second one, not seriously, but like during COVID, played some games. And I miss some of the lore. There's not really much of it in the first movie, which is why it's not really in the house. So we'll see.
Arkham does have it at number 2. Mikey says, consider us lucky we don't like FNAF. That line is wild. Yeah. I mean, if there's any house to be my number 10, I guess this is the perfect one.
Yeah, honestly. Did you see the beach ball in the queue the other day?
Not there, but I did get
On
a
TikTok.
beach ball in the queue in Galkin.
Oh,
when
you
I
saw?
was
I
there.
saw both of those on
Oh,
TikTok,
okay.
actually.
Yeah. No,
That's so funny.
I was in the queue. 8-Bit says spaghetti pizza slaps so hard. I love spaghetti.
We are
That
spaghetti
is my
fans.
favorite part of FNAF being at this event.
Yes.
The spaghetti, A, delicious. B, will fill you up for the entire night.
Yeah.
It is literally just a piece of crust lathered up with garlic butter with fucking spaghetti and meatballs on top. And it is not that sweet, shitty Louis pizza sauce. It is a normal, savory pizza sauce or spaghetti sauce.
So good.
And
Any
it
more
is
spaghetti?
delicious. And the thing is, I like it either way you get it. You can get it fresh, and that's great. And it's like fresh spaghetti.
Not crunchy.
Or you can get it like leftovers and has that little crunch and crisp like a leftover spaghetti would.
That's the best. I
Come
like the little crunchy bits.
Delicious. Oh, I'm gonna get some tomorrow now. I've had it so many times. Seatown says it is also my number 10. Keith is saying goodbye to this house Thursday next week.
Fair.
Get that. When you watch Jim Henson, going back to the puppet movement, when you watch Jim Henson or someone like that doing their thing, the puppet is always moving. Even when Kermit isn't doing anything, he's still reacting. And I understand they really can't expect that of what are scare actors, right? They're out there for way too long to have that happen.
Yeah.
But that's why they usually retract into darkness instead of just sit in your face. So I know you can't really work around that with the size of these puppets, but maybe that's why it shouldn't be a house.
It should be an experience.
Yep.
I wonder if they would open this during the day, like they did with Stranger Things.
Mm-hmm.
I could see
That'd be
that.
a great one for it. Great one.
Yeah. Also a gateway for a lot of kids to come to Horror Nights eventually.
It already has been.
Well, and not have to pay for the ticket. So like I could see like
Correct.
if you're a pass holder and your 10-year-old's bothering you, you don't want to bring them Horror Nights, but this opens for the day.
Mm-hmm. And then Mary adds, I think I already said bye to that house. Good.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Moving on. We're being too mean. Galkin, Monsters of the North.
I like how you did that. You did a negative into a positive.
I did. And not for everyone, apparently.
Yeah.
Not for everyone. Including our co-host who's not here. I believe, right?
No. I don't know. I haven't seen him in so long. I don't know.
I don't remember. Anyways, Galkin, Monsters of the North. So this is one I think we all had slightly lower on our hype list. Not low, but...
I got shit for this.
Where'd you have it?
I think I had it at 9. Let me check.
Oh, you did? Okay, yeah. I thought you were saying the other way. Like, you had it higher. I was like...
I had it 8. I had it at 8. And I got a lot of shit for that.
I had it more like 6 or something like that.
Yeah.
And that was all because me and Jonathan somehow convinced ourselves that this would be the sleeper hit just because we didn't know anything about it. I think we were kind of right, at least for us.
Yeah.
Because the second I walked through that on opening night, I was like, that was fucking cool. Fun scenic, fun story, creative scare design, a lot of reused shit from past years, but I think done tastefully.
Yes.
And the beast puppet at the end is fucking badass.
Oh my god. Also created by Victoria Black from Dragula, who works in creative. So like she does a lot of stuff, but like one of my favorite queens did one of my favorite pieces this year.
Yeah.
Really good.
I will say also very easy story to follow. Even if you don't get the exact details of what happened, you don't need all of it. It's basically at the end of the day, beast comes back, attacks town, controls animals and other mythical creatures. Bada boom, bada bing. Easy.
Well, Beast was done wrong by town first. Don't forget that.
That's what I'm saying. That's part of the more in-depth story, but you aren't necessarily going to pick up on that. You can.
Yeah.
Because there's the paradoxal.
Wow.
That's telling the story.
Round of applause for Duff.
Yeah.
There's no way my ass would have thought of that word.
Watch, I said it wrong anyways.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was like a pterodactyl.
Anyways, there is a storytelling feature, but like you would actually have to fully pay attention and try to take in every. It's three-sided. It's a triangle, so you'd have to like fully take in each of them, and I don't know if there's enough time to do that. And I will say one negative is that the voiceovers at the beginning aren't very loud and clear, so it's tough to really tell what they're saying.
Yeah.
But anyways, like I said, you get the base story regardless, just walking through the house. Scare design, there's some phenomenal scares in this house, if you catch it right.
Yeah.
For me, there's not too much to dislike. Like, it's just a really, really good house.
Yeah, and like even doing unmasking, I didn't think I was gonna get more of an appreciation for this house because I already really love it. But just like hearing the little different things, and like I didn't realize at the end when you go inside the belly of the beast, the heart is there. Saw that on the tour. I totally missed that every time I went through the house, but it's just such a cool concept. And I saw a comment, and I know a lot of us thought it was going to be cold and like a winter house. But I think that is unfair because that was just the artwork. Nothing they told us had winter in the description. And honestly, it was just blue and purple lights. There was no snow.
Yeah.
So
Unmasking the Horror has said details, and like, there's nothing about this being in winter. Is it in a Nordic region? Yes. They also have other seasons. It doesn't have to be winter and cold and snowy. Would it be cool? Maybe if it was snowy? Sure. Like, we can think that. But it was never supposed to be.
No, not at all. Because it's, I don't know. To me, it feels more like a late summer, fall kind of a thing. I don't know. They don't even tell us that, but it's just, I love the progression of the beast and how you see her 4 different times, and every time she gets bigger and her third eye gets bigger. And those are not things you really need to be told. It's very obvious when you see her. I will say in the beginning, the casting or staffing was inconsistent, so I'll give them that. But they solved that very quickly. Was not an issue from like week 2 or 3, maybe after that. And Patrice is there. Patrice, the wolf puppet. If you did not know, they have names. I know there's Patrick and Patrice. I can never remember the other one's name.
Yeah, sorry.
Penelope? I think it's Penelope.
There you go.
Penelope is the first one. Patrick is the derpy one, and Patrice is the one that actually pops out. So say hi to Patrice on your last run through. She'll appreciate it.
And then also, I think I just want to point out how well they did the finale, because they did talk up like the belly of the beast. And I'd like to point out that's literally a direct scene taken from Wicked Growth several years ago at this point. But they executed it so well. So well.
So
it looks great. Scares are there. Perfect. No notes.
Well,
maybe some. Not many notes.
No. And I don't know. I see people say that they don't love this house, and I go through it and I'm like, are we having the same experiences right now? Because like there's so many pinballs. There's so many like scares I don't expect. Like the stilt walker is aggressive, and the like what's the word I'm looking for? Not depth perception, but the like perspective change as they get closer to you and everything is crazy. I love that. We had some goblins in there, little troll guys. And like a lot of the characters and the people, the scare actors are different things from Norse lore. So I know some people were like, well, I wanted more than just the beast. And well, they're there. They're just kind of like warped a little bit.
And I love the Blood Moon reference with, they killed Mama and Papa.
Yeah.
Great. Love it.
And the big burning totem thing is so cool. And you see it from like a different 2 other scenes, maybe. Like, again, we've talked about this. You would think that Dylan Koloff designed this house, but he did not. So
I will say there is, if I have to pick out the negatives, to be fair, I feel like I have to. It draws your attention up in multiple moments. However, it doesn't hide the building from you whatsoever. Whereas typically when they do that, they try to block your view of everything else above. This house does not do that. When it wants you to look up, you look up and you're like, oh, that's literally just a fully lit ceiling. Like no attempt to cover it and hide it. and keep
That's a
you
good point.
immersed. So I can see like walking through and be like, "Ooh, immersion broken a little bit." Because it literally, it's not like I'm trying to. It will draw your attention towards it, and it's like, hmm. And then you like look over the top of a scene and shit. And you're like, okay, well, maybe you could have fleshed that out just a bit more.
Yeah, and when you do enter that scene, every time I cannot help myself but going, "This is Norway,"
Hmm.
because it looks like the Norway Pavilion. Oh
Yes.
God.
I'm not going to blame you if I am looking around and seeing that shit. But if you're drawing my attention to it,
Yeah.
well, maybe you should have blocked it a little bit better.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But anyways, let's talk about our rankings. Jess, where do you have it? Where has it been?
All right. I didn't want to give this away so early.
Ooh. Oh no. Oh.
I wish you would have saved this one for a little later.
I didn't think this would be the one.
Really? That's kind of crazy.
No.
The lowest it's been since like my hype list, because it was number 8, I want to say has been 5. No, 4. I'm like nervous to say this right now. I don't it's my number 1 for week 8.
I didn't think this would be the one that did it. I thought it
For
was
the
something else.
first time in 8 weeks, my number 1 is not WWE. I have anxiety now that I just said that. Ugh. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, it's Galkin this week. I'll get to that later.
okay. Well, Jess, guess what? Most of the season, this was number 1 for me. I think last week it moved to number 2. This week it fell to 4.
Oh.
Not really at a fault of its own. I think so. This was always, and this kind of sounds bad, and it sounds really weird for someone who had it number 1 for 6 weeks. Always almost felt like a placeholder number 1. Because there
Mm.
were other things that were a little less consistent and were working their way up. One of them already did it last week, and a couple others have now done it as well. One of them feels more dynamic than this one does. I will say Galkin kind of, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, but feels the same every time. So it's consistent, which is
Mm.
great. But there's nothing enhancing it either. Where for other houses, they are. So a very strong 4 at the end of the day, but it's now down to number 4 after spending almost the entire season at number 1.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. No, I had, when I say something, this has been consistently really good. The best runs this past week.
Yeah. They were very good runs, but they were the same runs I've had basically all season.
I don't expect this to be number 1 again. Enjoy it now, Galkin.
Or will it?
Well, we'll get to why it's not. Yeah, we'll get there.
To the comments. Albert says, never walked through this house, but judging from POVs, this was your best house. Jess currently agrees
Right now.
for the time being, even though she knows that's not going to stay.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Seatown says, good, but a bit derivative of other houses. The facade sets up these themes perfectly. The story's a little hard to follow, however. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. There is a lot more to pick up on, and I guess if you try to focus in on that, you're not necessarily going to get it all.
Yeah.
Keith says, I can't say enough good about this house. I think it's sexy. It's gory. Is it the hot house?
Ooh.
Beast women transforming is amazing. Puppet is goated. I love this house. It's my number 3, and I don't want to see it go. I like that you talked that highly of it and still have it at number 3. So I'm very excited to see what you think of your number 1, because I think you said Artiste is 2.
Oh, I know it. I know what that.
Oh, is it? Okay. All right. Got it.
You can assume, but
Got it.
I like that Keith described it as sexy. I kind of agree. I think the Beast is kind of a sexy character, which is crazy when you look at her face. But I think it's kind of sexy. I'm complimenting her face in a weird way.
Moving on. Arkham says, okay, jokes aside, I'm a bit disappointed. Still impressive scenery, especially at the end. But that wasn't what I wanted to see when I hear Norse-themed house. I think that's fair, too. Again, Norse, you do think snowy, winter, cold. Yeah. That's fair.
But I almost like that they didn't do that. I think that's why I like it even more. It's not anything I
switched
expected.
It up a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
8-Bit says Galkin is my number 8, which is lower than Fallout. Sorry. It's fine. I get it. Again, we talked about this year. people's hype lists are so different. Or not hype
Yeah,
lists, their rankings are so different. And that's a lot of
crazy.
fun. C-Town says, I don't really get that progression, though, since the beast is in the house so little. It is officially 4 times. So I guess it's not too often. And I will say the progression until the finale is not super noticeable. Like, it takes a huge jump from the 3rd to 4th appearance.
Yes.
And the other 2 are like more minor transitions. Mikey fell to their knees from a certain scare in this house. Definitely moved up my list to number 5.
Was it the one on after the bridge?
You could say it. Oh, it has to be.
It has to be the one that like comes out of nowhere.
Has to be.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
Fallout is the sexy house for you?
Okie dokie.
We'll talk about that in a minute. Oh no. But also maybe.
Ooh.
But also maybe. Spooky Bit says, my only issue with the house is the AC isn't blowing. Oh, that is a close one too. The Goblin before the Stiltwalker.
After Patrice.
Very close and personal. Tight corner. Yeah, that makes sense.
And Patrice comes out so far, that becomes a pinball. And if the Stiltwalker's there, you could get a pinball of 4 scares.
Patrice is basically a decoy for that.
God, I love Patrice.
Oh, Patrice. All right, let's move on to our next house where we're going to talk about Grave of Flesh. As we mentioned, we are Grave of Flesh truthers over here. Truthers?
I say apologists.
Truthers. Apologists.
Purgatory. Woo!
Not saying it's my number 1 or anything, but
No.
I do enjoy it more than it seems most people do. Am I going to admit right now the story is a bit of a mess and maybe way too generalized and maybe doesn't fully exist? Yeah, I will. I'll admit that right now. Do I usually say story's very important? Yeah, of course I do. Do I enjoy this house for the vibe? Absolutely. I do. Every moment of it. I like every aesthetic they go for. I like the scare design, lighting, audio. It's all fun. Makes no sense at points, but all fun.
Yeah. I love it. I mean, the facade is beautiful. I 1000% love the facade. I love that whole first scene with your own grave site with the water dripping down on you. I love the flesh eaters. And they're based off Star-Nosed moles, which if you look them up, they look exactly like them.
They also just look like knuckle grunts, but
they do look like a knuckle grunt, but okay. I love the smell. You want to talk about the doll smell? I could sit in this dirt cave for years and just because I feel like I'm back in Graveyard Games a little bit.
And you know, me and you agree on that a lot. Like that's the kind of scent, that's the kind of vibe. And this house is like, what if we just did it for like 2/3 of the house? Like that's all you smelled. And we're like, hell yeah.
You got the flowers in the beginning. Also, the facade gives me, I asked for this in our hype list. I said, if Grave gives me a whisper of a Graveyard Games, I'm in. And the facade it really hits me like right here. Because
I will say it is still just a whisper. It doesn't
it's a whisper.
It doesn't touch Graveyard Games at all.
At all. Sid and Nancy are not in there. And that's okay. But it's a whisper, and you got Nico out front. One of the cast, the guy that like, I don't know, the keeper of the graves. He looks like Nico. I haven't seen him in a while though. But yeah, I love this house. I love the purgatory of the middle of it. I love the Beyonce on the stage, living her life with the fans. Like, I really like it. I like the endless stairs, hallways, kind of like a Haunted Mansion almost kind of reference, maybe. I don't know. I'm into it, and I think that this is the way that they can do something like a purgatory without touching anything sensitive like religion.
Mm-hmm. And I think there's this huge point where, like, yeah, that is purgatory, but is it left a little too open on like what it is and what you're experiencing? Yeah, but is that also kind of fair to what purgatory would be for every person? Because not everyone's purgatory would be the same, right? at the end of the day. There's no specific purgatory that exists.
Not that we know.
Again, does it tell that it's purgatory very well? No. No, it doesn't. But your bones get crushed and you're disintegrated basically, and there you are. But the aesthetics and the scenic of walking into it, the fucking open door with the green light coming through, the staircases, I love it all. It's all fun. Is it like the best house ever? Absolutely not.
No.
It's just fun. It's a fun house.
It feels like an old HHN house for people who like only heard about them and didn't really get to see them.
Yeah. Yeah, sort of is. We enjoy it. Jess, where do you have it?
So this, I think, was ranked on my hype list 4th or 5th. Oh God, I closed it now. I got too confident. It was my 5th, and this week it is my 6th, and it has been sitting at 6 or 7 consistently. Maybe 5 a couple weeks ago, but middle of the road. And this year, that's a big compliment because everything's pretty good.
So we're basically the same. On my hype list, I actually had it 7. It has been as high as 5, currently sits at 6, and has not been lower than that. So
I love it.
Feels about right. It is the best of the back half of houses.
Yeah. I will say, it's funny that we talked about the 2 Kelly Malik houses back to back.
We did. I didn't even mean to do that.
I figured you didn't.
And they both, honestly, finished higher than I would have expected, I guess. They are both higher than their hype list spots. That's for sure.
Yeah. Not for me, but one of them is, not this one. But
True.
yeah. But again, I knew I was going to like this regardless just because we started a graveyard. Like I am who I am at the end of the day.
It's true.
What did you say to me a couple of weeks ago? we were talking about it, and I was like, well, I like death. Wait, I don't like death. And Duff looks at me and goes, Jess, you like death. It's okay. I was like, you don't got to read me like that. Damn.
It's the truth.
I'm just okay with the concept of it.
And it as a whole. Anyways, let's get to our chat, see what they think. It's mole time.
I love them.
Arkham has mixed feelings on it, and I think that is completely fair. I think we both have mixed feelings, technically. We just also have a lot of fun in it, so.
Yeah, sometimes I don't need to think that hard.
This is a perfect way to put it. A beautiful mess. A beautiful mess, Mikey. You're right.
Agreed.
We have a lot of apologists in here. This is great. This house is so hated for no reason. It's weird, wacky, scary, moles. I was waiting for sexy, but I guess not. Really cute story. Who cares? Not me.
There you go.
Shit. Not me. I love this weird. There's 2 sexies.
Ooh. Ooh, sexy xenomorph is sexy. See, Beyonce. Beyonce is sexy. That's her name, apparently. That's what I was told.
Number 4, though. I love that. I love to see it. I love to see it.
We really said, let's just build a community of people that think the same as us.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a sexy thing, if you will.
Ooh.
Spooky Bit says, Grave of Flesh apologist here, too. This is the scariest of the year for me. Oh, and the flesh eaters look incredibly creepy.
I do think it's one of the scarier houses this year. Like, for me, personally, as someone who, I'm still very jumpy in some of them, this one, pretty scary.
Yeah, if you get it, there's some fun scare design in here. There's a lot of multiple opportunities for the scare actors to really pick on you if they want to. Yeah, for sure. I can see that.
Yeah.
Mary says, Beyonce is in that house. That's the sexy house.
I walk through every time and go, yes, Beyonce! And she just on that fucking stage.
C-Town says, I don't think it's bad. Universal's fear of touching anything even remotely religious hurts it. It's still a pretty fun concept. In parts, it reminds me of the old psychedelic house from the 2000s. Yeah, kind of like you were saying, Jess. Exactly. Yeah. Actually, both points of that. They don't touch religion, and it kind of feels like an older school HHN house.
C-Town is just my burner account that I'm typing on off to the side.
Wouldn't be surprised. Arkham says, like with Gulkin, I was expecting something very trippy, a la Dante's Inferno, but it mostly a cave, blood cave, guts cave. It only got weird at the end with the stairwell. I wish there was more. I think that's fair.
The bone grinding cave.
Bone grinding cave, you're right.
Which is my colors. Thank you, Kelly. That's why I like this house. It's a tribute to Jess.
I was so high when I first went through this house on premium,
Let's
says
go.
8-bit slasher. That's probably,
I
yeah.
think that's why I liked it.
I feel like the bone grinder would freak me the fuck out though if I was like so high.
It took me a month to realize it was a fucking bone grinders.
To be fair, it took us both a while.
I was like, oh, it's just pillars. Because I figured out the purgatory thing, I guess. I said that very early on.
You did.
And then
You did.
that thing, I just kept going, oh, that's just like our souls going into purgatory or something.
Or something. And it turned out to be actually correct.
Yeah.
Unofficially.
And then you got that blacklight hallway.
Love it. Love it. Also has some of the best scares though.
Yeah.
So there's that. They look like smilers too. So there's that.
A whisper.
A graveyard. C-Town says they have it at 6 or 5. Arkham says 8th. The stairwell section kind of redeems it, but not by a lot.
A lot of people don't feel that way. So I love that somebody
I know
actually
a lot of
likes
people
this.
hit that scene and they're like, oh,
What the fuck?
what the fuck? I
I'm in
appreciate that you appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to our next house where we have Hatchet and Chains, Demon, Bounty, Hunters.
Oh, God.
Jess, I'm going to let you kick it off because you fluctuated a lot throughout the season with this one.
I thought this was going to be my Goblin's Feast, which I've talked about it already on this live. I did not like. I had it at 6 on my hype list. It was 8 after opening weekend, stayed at 8, then started moving up slowly. And now it has been consistently between 4 and 5. It is 5 this week.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's great, but I think that there were some issues in the beginning with the pacing for me.
It did take time. I agree.
Yeah, and then I felt like a lot of actors were missing. And I was just talking about this with Daniel, actually. I wish that Grave of Flesh was in a sprung tent and Hatchet was in the soundstage. Because Grave is so tight and you could have done that facade outside.
Yeah.
Easily. And
I don't know if I'd say easily.
Whatever.
That's a big facade.
They could have made it a little. It didn't have to be that big. Let's be real. None of the scenes in the house of Grave past the facade need that much space.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Hatchet, they fit a lot of really impressive scenic in it. Again, a Dylan Colath house. Really impressive scenic, but it wasn't lit very well the first couple weeks, and I was not having good runs. They were empty. I don't know what was going on. I never saw a Hatchet. I never saw a chain. Then it started getting better, and now I'm running out of that house most nights. It is aggressive. They are pinballing me. They have found a way to keep it staffed consistently, and they are relentless. And I love it so much. I just wish we had more Hatchet and Chains in it.
That's fair. So similar to you, I thought it did have a slow start, to be completely honest. My hype list, it was number 2. I will say immediately it jumped out at number 4. Like a lot of things on that opening week 1, it's a lot due to potential and not actually what I saw quite yet. Pacing was a bit off. The scares weren't completely there. A lot of this is timing based, right? Like a lot of the scares they do. And I feel like the scenic, if you don't like take it in, it looks a bit basic. Like it really takes a few runs to go, oh. Like this is a Dylan Colath house. Holy shit. The depth in it, very impressive. By week 3 or 4, I guess probably around week 4 is when it really started to pick up. And I feel like the scare actors were really in a rhythm. And this house just kind of feels like pure chaos in the best way possible. The scare actors are fucking everywhere. Everywhere. Every corner you turn, there's a scare actor. They have really fun, unique scares. I think... I don't mind much that Hatchet and Chains aren't in it too much. I guess Hatchet has technically 2 spots, but it was only going to be in 1 at a time. And Chains has 3, I believe, appearances.
I thought it was 2.
Or is it 2? 2 appearances?
Beginning and then the Dynamite.
Yeah, 2 appearances, yeah.
1 plus 2 equals 3.
I love his first appearance, by the way. Yeah. Such a cool scene. And such a good way to also give some story of what's happening. Pulling him out of the fireplace, by the way, if you didn't catch on. I think there were great scares. great scenic, great smells. And by great smells, I mean disgusting smells. An insane amount of fog,
Yeah.
but in a way that works. It's in moments where it's like there should be fog here and my vision should be a bit blurred. A lot of media elements I think are underrated in this. Obviously, the train exists.
So cool.
That's there for you. Very simple. But also there's some of the what can I think what they're called? Lava zombies.
Lava demons.
Lava demons. Ah, damn it.
Llama demons.
Llama demons. Lava zombies is just what I heard. Lava demons actually doing what they do and breaking someone's jaw and crawling in. I think the character design's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
They use blacklight really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very, very, very good house. I'm happy it's here. Slaughter Cinema last year, I said this is one of the two I wanted, but that this was the one that made the most sense because there's more backstory you could kind of dive into, and I think they did it pretty well. The house as a whole, though, they did it more than pretty well. It's a great experience.
Yeah.
And I actually, Jess, have it ranked currently as my number one.
Jesus.
My number one. I love it. From the second I hit the facade in Grandma Haggerty, you walk in the house, you're immediately hit with scares, and it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop.
We love Granny in this house. I also love that when it's raining, they have a spot for her in the house.
Yep.
And the first time I caught her in there, I literally went, "What are you doing in here?" And she was like, "I know, right?"
Mm-hmm.
And that was really cool. Also, shout out to Potbelly Steve.
Potbelly Steve. Potbelly Stove Demon, if you collect cards. We call him Potbelly Steve.
I am an idiot, and that's how I read the card the first time. Potbelly Steve. So now
And
he has Potbelly
not
Steve.
stopped since.
Nope. And I saw him on Saturday, and I went, "Potbelly Steve." And nobody knew what I was talking about, but he did, I think.
I hope so.
It's a really, really fun house. But to make it perfect, I wish it was in a soundstage.
It's fair. I understand that. I get it. Well, let's go to the chat, see what they think. I brought the stampede. That's right, Grandma.
Yeah. You
Our
cut your
business-
tongue.
I completely forgot this existed. Jonathan, is that you?
Found his burner account.
Jonathan doesn't like this house, just so everyone knows. Does
I
not
didn't
like it.
either at first. I hated it
8-Bit says this house had no reason to be that aggressive.
at all.
Correct. And it wasn't for a few weeks.
No.
It
I was
just found
walking
its way
through,
there.
0 scares. Now? And I don't like Western things normally. I love it.
Mm-hmm. C-Town says, I also fluctuate on this one. There's not enough hatchet and chains, and those big moments are very easy to miss. The shootout is cool, and the general atmosphere works really well. Also really likes Grim Haggerty.
Yeah.
Keith says, this house has risen, and now it's super solid. This house goes by too far for me. I wish we had more of hatchet and chains, but I love the lava zombies a lot. Trains are cool. I really love it. Number 5.
Trains are cool.
Oh, Arkham was very serious. They don't even know how to put it on the rankings. They don't remember anything that was in it.
You know, that's fair. Especially if you went in the beginning of the event.
Keith says, I think Little Girl and Schoolhouse Lady are my favorite triggers. They are very good. And also going back to the great use of fog, this is the scene that stands out to me this year where like fog is integral and works really fucking well.
Yeah. And not to mention that whole like double scare before it and the floor like splitting apart under you. And like those two actors are aggressive, the Undertaker and like the skeleton guy.
That's one of my favorite scenes this year, period.
It's so good. And then it throws you into the schoolhouse and you've got the girl. And then what did she say? On the right, I want your skin or something like that.
Yeah.
And they're so aggressive. I run into the wall on the left after the little girl every time I go through this house.
Mm-hmm.
It's embarrassing.
They hit those triggers really well.
Yeah.
They time it up really well. A lot of fun. Mikey says, my number 2, as someone who wanted Mardi Gras Murder's house, it won me over. It's dark, foggy as hell, smells amazing. The scare actors, especially the sketchy priest, are so intense. Spooky
Undertaker?
Bits.
Is that the priest?
I'm trying to think of priest.
Did I miss a priest in here? I think it's the Undertaker.
Let us know, Mikey.
Yeah.
Which one's the priest? Spooky Bit says, absolutely love Hatchet and Chains. It's in my top 5 and gives me Wild West Evil Dead vibes. Well, yeah, it's a pretty good way to put it, 'cause it has both tones, too.
Maybe that's why I like it now, the Evil Dead of it all.
Mm-hmm. And everyone loves the 1999 classic, Wild Wild West? 90 something. Seatown says, probably 4.
Okay. That's where I have it, I think. 4 or 5. I can't remember now.
Keith, don't worry. We won't tell anyone at all. We won't tell anyone.
You don't want to know what the Wyatts do to me.
Mikey says, yeah, The Undertaker.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's scary.
Also has like a phenomenal like triple scare within his actual trigger. Like the audio trigger gives him 3 separate like moments. Very fun.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to our next house then, where we're going to go to Fallout. All right, moving on to our next house. I'm kidding.
Should have been a fan fest walkthrough in Hollywood.
It is not the bottom for me, obviously. I've already had my number 10, so there's that. I guess I'll start us off. I mean, I always had concerns being based off of the series, and what they had in season 1 was not a lot of what Fallout brings to the table. I guess similarly to FNAF, right? Like, there's a bit more, and they kind of made it work. I think if you have an affinity for the franchise, you'll enjoy it a bit more. I do. I'm not like huge into the games. I've played a few. I liked them. I like the series. I like the characters, just like Walton Goggins.
Yeah, I do.
There's just so many parts where it kind of falls off the rails a bit. Philly is not impressive scenically like you'd want it to be. Honestly, a lot of it isn't. A lot of it isn't. Being in the vaults is kind of cool. That works well. Okie dokie. I need my organs. Work, damn you. Yeah.
Okey-dokey.
Yeah, Fallout's fine. It's fine. I should also bring up, there have been changes over the past few weeks. They add additional ghouls, not the ghoul, but ghouls at the basically front and end of Philly. Yeah, they help the pacing. Not massively, but it helps the pacing.
The Super Duper Mart changed too.
Yeah, I forgot because that was like week 3 or 4. That was pretty early.
It's 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was right after Hollywood opened.
So they used to just be stuck behind the like freezer doors, but now they're like smashed through and they can actually come out, and that helps a lot. That does help a lot. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, it's fine. It's fine.
You want to know what the issue I have with this is? There's not nearly enough Mr. Gog in there.
It ain't got that Gog in it.
No. It has, what, 2? 3? 3. 3 if you catch the one in Philly, which is, I don't know what it is. His trigger is so long. I barely catch him. And that's really sad. But yeah, I've talked about it. I didn't like the show. I couldn't finish it. I still haven't finished it. I probably won't ever finish it. And then the house is just the show book report. I don't like the utilization of Lucy and all her okie dokies. I almost wish, I know like it's because she's part of the show, but I almost wish that we were Lucy instead.
Mm-hmm.
I think that maybe would have helped because every time she pops out, it almost takes me out. I think.
For me, I wouldn't say takes me out, but I also have an issue in the way she's used. She's just there to be like a punchline.
Yeah.
To have an audio trigger, and that's it. That's the only reason Lucy is in that house, and she's in there 4 times, I believe. And that's all. Everyone is just a different variation of pop out, audio, bye. It's like, okay.
Okie dokie. I guess. Yeah, I don't know. And then like the T60s.
Mm-hmm.
We were really overhyped on those.
Mm-hmm.
When they are literally, one of them is just the same thing as a FNAF animatronic or FNAF puppet. Literally the same mechanism where it's on the track and they walk forward. So much so that I thought it was just I don't even want to call it an animatronic. I just thought it was a static figure with things that moved, like the other one. But and then the battle that they hyped so much for us in Orlando is just a mirror room with a ghoul on one side
And
and a
a
T60 on the other.
and a, not even a strobe, just a flashing light.
Yeah. Granted, got my ass really bad. I think the last time I went through it with you.
I mean, I think that scare actor is doing a phenomenal job. Like, he will get the fuck in your face. And the thing is, retracts and comes back immediately, like when you wouldn't expect it to be possible.
Yeah.
So doing great with it. That doesn't make the scene good, though.
No. I do think that the addition of the extra ghouls and the super duper mart changes, they help the pacing a lot, because I did feel like after you got past that scene with the fork in the eye in the vaults, until you got I guess past Super Duper Mart, the pacing was really weird for me. And I would go scenes without a scare actor, multiple scenes. Now every room you go in, there is at least a scare actor, and they are working with what they were given.
And I'd like to point out, fork in the eye is, if you want to be really generous, I guess, room 2, but honestly, room 1.
Yeah, it is. I won't even argue that it's room 1, because you don't. I don't know. I would say that maybe not, but in this house, like every time you pass through like one of the vinyl curtains, that's the next room, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you pass through it after her. But those two, that double scare is really scary. And then after that, Billy, the first time I saw it was impressive. Then after that, it was just Descendants of Destruction.
Yeah, they set a tone, and then it does not keep it up.
No.
That is for sure. Because the Cake Raider, very good scare if you get that right. That first Lucy, I think, actually works pretty well with the Cake Raider to your right. If that times out well, very good. And then, like you said, that double scare right beyond that, great. Then it just kind of...
Yeah. But that's how I felt about the show.
Fair.
For me, at the end of the day, y'all heard me talk about him forever. I do not have enough face time with Mr. Gog. And that's really disappointing for me. But if you're listening, any of the ghouls in this house, some of you have given me love, and I appreciate that. That makes it a little better.
So, Jess, where do you have this ranked? Has it moved?
My hype list, it was number 9. The highest it has gone this season has been 7, and that was right after the changes were made. Right now, it is sitting at number 8, above Dolls and FNAF, which I think is probably where it's going to stay. I do enjoy my runs through this a little bit more than Dolls and FNAF.
Well, on my hype list, I had it 8. I currently have it 8, and it has only otherwise been at 9. So, very consistent. Very.
Okay. Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
How many times are we going to say that from now until 35?
Moving on to the chat. Spooky Bits, I did not like this house at all. I couldn't finish the show, and the house honestly bored me. It's dead last for me, and it's not even close. And that's fair. This is a sexy house for me. I have a crush on all the Lucys. I'm going to pretend that is just the character Lucy in general.
Before you go to the next one, I will be right back.
Okay, have fun. Seatown says, fun, I suppose. Some of the most memorable lines triggers this year. Music is also good. A lot of the changes they've made have helped the house. Casting for Lucy is spot on. I will say, yeah, the music hits hard. And we talked about that before, especially Jonathan, that's something we're looking forward to. And I think they did hit the tone there. And the Lucys really do look like Lucy. So I am impressed with that casting. Arkham says, you know what shocks me the most? I prefer the Hollywood version, and that one was much shorter than usual. Arkham, I think I actually prefer the Hollywood version too. So even more surprising coming from me. I think they tried to go a bit grander with the scenic, and even though it didn't all look great, I felt just a bit more immersed. So Slightly gets the edge, not by much. I don't love either version, but I do like Hollywood's just a bit better. Keith says, Fallout doesn't bore me like FNAF, but hot damn, they fucked this up badly. Ooh, tell us how you really feel, Keith. I love the games. I think this house lives on Okie Dokie and Work Damn You. Other than that, it's my solid number 9. For what it's worth, I do think Work Damn You is in contention for audio trigger of the year. It is so good. So fun. The last few times I went through, he's just been standing out of his boo hole in Philly. Yeah, I've noticed that too, which I slightly like better. That,
What?
In Philly, the ghoul's just kind of
No, I got
out.
it.
Okay. Have you not had that?
No.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
always been back.
He's just kind of hanging out there. And I appreciate that because I feel like the reset time of that scare was way too long and you could miss him very easily. So I prefer they just kind of chilling. Ben hits the trigger. Like he'll kind of step back, hit the trigger, and just hang out with you.
Why am I not getting this treatment, Mr. Gog?
You got 2 more weeks. I feel like it just started like this past week, maybe the week before.
Okay.
Maybe. So it's pretty recent. And it might also just be maybe one of the casts. I'm not sure if it's like every time, but I've definitely got that a few times.
Okay.
Harkham says, my ranking is changing a lot right now. Moving Galkin up again at 8, 9th for Fallout.
Okay.
At this rate, Galkin will finish at number 4. Can't wait.
Keep forgetting about things, Harkham.
Let's see. Mikey says, might be number 9 in my ranking, but the food booth, amazing. The food booth, while it doesn't have my specific favorite food item, is the strongest food booth there is by far.
Yep.
Correct. The Graham Tots and the pickle bucket chicken.
But the eggs.
No
thank you.
The key here is ordering both, and then when you have the leftover dip, you use the Graham Tots to then dip the buffalo dip with the tot.
Oh, you're a genius.
Mary thought of that first, but
Mary, you're a genius.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
So, Mary, check your text messages, girl.
Let's see. Fallout food is the best part of the house, not gonna lie. If I did a ranking of individual things at the event, I think I might put the food booth higher than the house. It is very possible.
Oh, I would put the food booth higher than the house.
Yeah.
I know I would.
Rainforest. Yeah, it's
I knew someone was missing.
2+ hours in, but that's okay. I'm happy you're here regardless.
Hey.
Thanks for being here. But with that, let's move on to our next house, which is Jason Universe.
Well, it was a great live, everybody. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Hey, I know it's not your 10 or your 9 or your 8.
It's, you know what? That's a good point, Duff. Good point.
Positives. Glass half full. Or bottom half full. Still. Jess, what do you think about Jason Universe?
I can't not think of what the RIP tour guides say now. This is Jason's Eras tour. Every time I go in the house, I hear Michael Harabi in my head saying that. You know, if you are here for scares and a slasher, I understand why this is your top house, because I see a lot of people making that argument. In my opinion, it is the scariest house this year. Is it Insidious times 10? Abso-fucking-lutely not. Not at all. Is it still wrecking my ass in the gauntlet? Absolutely. Every single time I go through it. But I really wish that we went that. I can't believe I'm about to make this statement, and it's going to be recorded forever for people. I wish Orlando went the John Murdy route and actually put kills from the franchise in there.
Did Jess just say that?
Somebody's going to cut
that. I'm already on Mike saying that like in our hype list episode. But did you just say that?
I just said it.
Wow.
It just said
wow.
That. I wish we had gone the John. I'll say it again. I wish we had gone the John Murdy route. I don't like that there's nothing iconic from the films in there besides the different versions of Jason, which is great. I get to see my favorite version, which is from Liv's 6 and 7. The dead Jason, the corpse Jason, whatever we want to call it. But the fact that it is just the different versions of Jason popping out. Yeah, we're in the camp in the beginning. We get the shrine, we get the cabin. But like besides that, it is just what 34 Jasons or something like that. They told us it's the most of one character that they've ever put in a house. Great. I do think that transition is the strongest transition we've ever had at Fast and Furious.
I don't think the formula is. I think
No.
that specific moment is.
Yeah. But the gauntlet. What a Hollywood implant it is. It is just, can't even call it a black hallway. It is a ghillie hallway with every iteration of Jason, which is great. But then you go to the final scene, which is the grave from Lives with the lightning bolt and everything. I was very excited to see it the first time. I was giddy. I was like, oh my God, my favorite movie, my favorite Jason. And then I remembered everything I had just walked through. And the mask is goofy, the giant mask we walked through. I knew I was going to hate it. Hollywood did it better based on what I saw. And you also said that. So it just sucks that I got to see my slasher and it's just not something I'm living for. But look at the lineup this year. This was never going to be in my top.
Hey, at least it wasn't Chucky.
Oh God, at least it wasn't Chucky or Beetlejuice.
That is true.
I got a good iteration. Yeah. How about you? What do you think, Duff?
So if you go back to our reaction episode when we got like the details about this, unfortunately they were like exactly spot on. It really does just feel like a mishmash of Jason for no specific reason at all other than Jason's here. I do think the mask is very goofy, just like we thought when we heard him talk about it. The gauntlet doesn't interest me, just like I didn't think it would. And to add on to that, I was hoping at the very least there'd be a lot of creative scare design, which I think there are fun things. I do want to point out, like that the victim and Jason will switch spots based on cast. I think that's cool, but that doesn't change the specific scare design. There's just literally a lot of boo hole, boo hole, boo hole, a few windows, which is not too uncommon and honestly not super scary because like you see the window move first and then, and then when you hit the gauntlet, it's literally just, so no scare design. I think Unmasking the Horror helped because the sets are better than they show in walkthroughs.
Yeah.
But is that also more disappointing? Because I know that the sets are actually okay, but they don't come off that way in show lighting.
Right.
That might be worse.
Also, I don't know. I mean, you never found it that scary, but Unmasking for me, I knew they weren't very tall to begin with, the scare actors, because we know where all the tall guys are this year. But seeing just how high some of those platforms are, it took away some of the scares for me because I just kept going, you're such a little guy. I started looking where their knees were or their hips in relation, and it took the scares down significantly for me. I don't know why.
And now I'm going to go where you did to start, and that is I fully understand why a lot of people love this house. I think it delivers on being a haunted attraction, for sure. It is not what I'm looking for in a haunted doll. No. I'm not someone who only wants scares anyways. But one that has only scares, basically, with no scenic, and then the scares themselves are not unique and lack design, does not do well for me at all. At all. And this is a lot of people's number one. Number two, it is, all right, we'll get into it now. It spent every single week through the first 7 weeks at number 10. But FNAF is so boring, it is number 9 now.
Okay.
Because at least I can go through Jason and have fun at the end of the day. So to say, this is not a bad house because I go in, I enjoy myself. It's not what I want in a haunted house whatsoever. But I can enjoy myself. So number 9 is fine.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not disappointed in it because when I look at the lineup, it was, based on my hype list, I had it at 7, which told me I was already expecting to love everything else more just based on everything else. But It is my 7th this week as well. The highest it's gone has been 6, and that was week 2.
Oh.
But, I'm glad I got to see him finally. It does mean a lot. As a Jason, huge Jason fan. I love Jason. But I don't love this new Jason. I think he looks like a bobblehead or a Funko Pop.
But we got a hockey jersey out of it.
And I'm going to get that hockey jersey. I am.
All right, let's see what the chat thinks. Spooky Bits. I thought Jason Universe was okay. I wish there were camp counselor victims, and I'm not a big fan of the second half dropping set design for a long black hallway. You mean 50 feet of a gauntlet?
Such a tiny area, too.
Spooky Bits number 9. Oh, look at that. Right on par with me. Love to see it. Arkham says, didn't hate it as much as I thought I would. Still prefer Hollywood. I also agree with that. I also agree with this, Joshua. Best part is Mrs. Voorhees.
She's working it.
I think that transition is literally my favorite scene. Because the facade of it is pretty good. The actual show moment involves pretty good, and it kind of fully surrounds you. Not completely, but almost.
And I will say, just like Hatchet, they have a spot for her in the house when it's raining.
Mm-hmm.
Which I appreciate.
Rainforest loves the music in the Jason house. I will say, in the Gauntlet, I do like just the pure Jason music thrown at you nonstop. I guess that makes sense because they're just throwing Jason at you nonstop as well. But I do enjoy the audio. So there's that. Actually, I enjoy the audio throughout the house. There we go. Positive. I like the audio throughout the house.
Oh, wait. I do want to give one. There is a really creative scare, at least in my opinion, because it gets me on my ass every time. That one that comes out of that corner. It's like an open flat in the first half. In the first, actually, quarter of the house. There's 2 corners of the set, and there's an opening, and he comes out with a pitchfork.
Oh, the pitchfork. Yeah.
That one gets me every time because it looks like there's not going to be anything there.
It does not look like a boo hole.
Yeah, that's a really creative.
But when you go through it and unmasking it kind of just does look like a boo hole, which is kind of fun.
But it's set up more like it's not.
Yeah, I see what you mean. It's a weird corner for a scare.
Yeah. More of that next year on top of other good things from other houses.
Seatown says they're on their ass in the last half. Pamela's fantastic. Praise. The first half is still intense, but less interesting. I like the big cabin scene. It felt like the team was very restricted for this house.
Boy, were they. That first half, we saw just how tiny it was. In unmasking. You're not that far away from the beginning of the house when you're at the end of that first part.
Did we bring up when we were talking about it? This is a Dylan Colath house, by the way.
We did not bring that
Dylan
up.
Colath, Blood Moon.
This is Austin Matt Flood, or is this who's this?
Matt, I think
it's not.
It's Matt Flood, but I feel like Jonathan said something he found. Anyways, Matt Flood. But yeah, so Dylan Colath, Blood Moon, Dead Man's Pier,
Artista.
Yeah, you wouldn't think that. But unmasking, I will say I saw a lot more of that influence. I saw a lot more. But even after doing unmasking, I walk through a show lighting and I still can't see it. So unfortunately, it just doesn't play well in the house. Keith says, this house is better in Hollywood, but I think Jason Universe is fun. It's very samey, but I love the middle connection set in the last half. Just let's kill you with 1 billion Jason.
Literally a billion.
It's Keith's number 7, by the way.
Same.
8-Bit says, Jason is my number 10.
I get it.
Wow. Not many people say this, and that in our chat, everyone seems to agree. I love it. Oh, shit. Here we go again. Moving up Galkin. 8th for Jason. So Galkin's at 7. I love it. Here
Arca.
Moving its way up. Arkham, you got to become a truther and put Galkin higher.
The truther.
It's happening naturally. Rainforest says this house could have been better or better designed, but at least it's not the worst. This is a crazy lineup here. It's true.
Yep.
Again, it is. Again, I said not at all what I want in a house, but it's not just straight up bad like Chucky Ultimate Kill Count in Orlando was.
Yeah, I will say a little bit of inside information. I hadn't been hearing who was winning House and Zone of the Week. Jason got it a couple weeks ago because their ops has been some of consistently the best ops this year.
And they get fucking crazy cues.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So I want to give them like a shout out. They are doing the damn work.
Mm-hmm. Mikey says, love my first run during Premium Scream when it was empty and just Jason's and I. It's still scary, but dropped to number 8. Miss Voorhees is working her little area, though. That is true. Again, best part of the house. Best part of the house.
A little wig. Love her.
My favorite part of this house was leaving it. Oof.
I was on the floor on Saturday on top of Kim, who was also on the floor.
Mm-hmm. Arkham says, I don't remember, did Orlando have Ralph? No Ralph.
Just Jason.
In Hollywood, Ralph is literally in the facade. So, which is cool.
And
I like that. All right. So with that, let's move on to our next one. We're almost done here. And we're going to go to a heavy hitter. Two heavy hitters left, actually. Terrifier.
Did you leave something for last on purpose?
Actually, no. But I love how it worked out.
Okay.
It's how they were saved.
I love that for me.
Me too.
I'm going to start with Terrifier because I'm going to end with the next one. Terrifier was, I love this house. It's the fun house. You could say it's the hot house. Maybe.
Sure.
Sienna's there. Some people really want to fuck Art the Clown. I don't, but I think that this is the best way that they could have done this property in doing like an original take with iconic scenes, iconic kills, and just letting Art the Clown be Art the motherfucking Clown. And I love it. I think both casts are great, but special shout out to Cast A. Yeah, I had this really high in my head list, and I don't think it's dropped very much since that. I don't think the wet path is ever going to be as wet as they were hyping it up to people. We said that from the beginning. There was no way it was going to be front row of Jurassic Park.
Unless you're our Discord mod, Alex, who intentionally gets soaked.
And
it works. He comes out soaked.
I'm so glad he did it with us that one time so we could see. But yeah, no, I have so many good things to say about Terrifier, but like literally I don't even know how to make them happen right now. I just think it is so fun. And if you do not clap and dance in the Clown Cafe, I don't trust you.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
There's choreography. You just go side to side.
Correct.
And you clap. And Art the Clown will conduct you. It's great. I love it.
So I will say, this house hasn't hit the way I thought it would. I think my biggest issue is tonally. It's not what I wanted. It feels too comedic at points. I will say that has been rectified a bit as the season has gone on. I feel the intensity has cranked up just a bit, and that helps a lot. But just in design, it's a bit too comedic heavy versus balancing the gore. Overall, I think they did the property really well. I think it's a very fun house. They nailed the fun house aspect of it, like to a T. They did really well. I think there's a lot of great fake out scares.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. I love that the house literally starts with a fake boo hole and Art busting through a door. Like, perfect. Great. And there is a lot of that unique scare design throughout this house. Mirror scares. There's like full body distortion in front of you. Other mirror scare. Chainsaws. You name it, they got it. It is in this house. Yeah. A destroyed vortex tunnel.
Rats.
Love that. A lot of rats.
So many rats.
It's got the smells. Variations of different smells. Listen, it's not a perfect house, but I think they did the IP very well. And I guess we'll just get into it now. On my hype list, this was my number 3. I was very excited to see what they do with this. It has fallen just a bit. Actually, I will give you the progression right now. On opening night, again, just the opening night, so one run, it was my number 9. I know.
They're gonna get your ass. Calm down.
By the end of the week, it was 7. And now it's up to 6.
Remember when
And now it's up to 5. It's at 5.
Okay.
It's at 5. Yeah. So it's literally just kind of like slowly, I think it's kind of hit its ceiling now. Like that's what it is. I think it's a strong IP. It's a lot of fun. Number 5's fair, right?
I think so. For you, who has not been loving it, like me and Jonathan loves it too, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But also you like a fun house, but not in the way Jonathan and I like a fun house.
Definitely not in the way Jonathan likes a fun
No,
house.
Jonathan is. But yeah, I also really like the first and second Terrifier movies.
I don't.
So right. I was gonna love this, I think, regardless. And I just think that it's like the best way that they could have done it. I think I already said that. But for me, it started at my number 3 on my hype list. And it has gone to 2 after week 1, then to 3. It's just kind of gone between 2 and 3. And this week it is number 3.
There you go. Still high. Still
Oh
very
yeah.
high.
I mean, the fact that I have 2 IPs in my top 3 consistently the whole run, I've never had that. I am an original girly. But this year just really did something for me in the IPs.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's get to the chat and what they think about Terrifier. 8-Bit says they did about as good as they could possibly do for a Terrifier house, and I agree with that, especially seeing Hollywood's, which I thought was kind of bad.
Those masks are so bad.
Bad. They're all bobbleheads. They didn't get the tone at all. Orlando, I think, leaned too hard one way, but still got the tone. They did not get the tone at all in Hollywood. No. Joshua says, I was wearing I got that fog in me shirt, literally yours. Wink, wink. And the art in the mirror scare pointed down at it and gave me a thumbs up. We are also big fans of that art.
Specifically.
So specifically that art.
There's a reason he gave you a thumbs up.
Spooky Bits. Terrifier is my personal number 1. I love this franchise and I'm happy with how it turned out. The arts actors were super interactive and I had the biggest smile going through. And I feel like we just talked about this for 10 minutes, but we never mentioned how amazing the arts are in this and how much they embody the character, like to a T.
Yeah.
How did we glaze over that and just like ignore that part? Like that is such a huge part of why it's a good house.
Yeah, like they cast this perfectly, and even the people that aren't playing art are playing alongside art in a perfect way.
Mm-hmm.
They did the damn thing on the casting with this one.
Yep. Rainforest says, shout out for the arts, especially the roaming art who requires a gang of universal protectors. Definitely to that art. Those arts.
Yeah.
He says, Terrifier is wildly fun, goofy, gory. It's everything I wanted from an IP I love seeing all the different arts. I think this house in another year would be number 1, but sadly it's my number 6, which just speaks to how strong this event is. So that's a good thing too.
Yeah.
C-Town says, pretty fun. Art is a perfect character for the event. It manages to feel different while mainly only having one character. They don't play up the it's a haunted house gimmick nearly enough. I've not seen that first scare actor once. The one that comes out of the door in the first room?
With the split body?
Really?
Huh.
C-Town says 6 or 5, maybe. I don't know. My rankings are ephemeral.
Ephemeral.
Arkham says, I'm hearing the Symphony of Blood wasn't rainy enough. It's not very wet. Not very wet. Duff is going to need Universal staff to protect him from all the haters for rating this house 6 or lower. It is 5 now. It's 5. Can't hate me. It's top half.
He just goes with me, so the arts just give me love and then just give him a death stare. That's all it is. I protect him.
Joshua adds, number 3. Mikey's number 1. It's just so fun, except that toilet smell and the aggressive sprays.
So much wet.
And the dirty underwear.
When it rains, and those are extra wet, because they're always wet from the sprayer, but when those are extra wet, I don't know if you've noticed, when I walk in that room, I will always hug the wall. I will always hug the wall to avoid the water. I'm like, no.
Understandable. All right, and for the sake of time, we're going to move on to our final house of the night. The horrors of the Wide Six. Obviously a house that we were excited for. Some more than others, but we were all excited nonetheless. Thank you, Jess. It lived up to it. It's not exactly what I thought it would be, to be completely honest, but it works in a completely different way. To me, it is the most Horror Nights feeling house at this event. It just feels like Horror Nights to the core. A bit old school in a way, but brings in some like media elements that really kind of plus it and keep it modern. Um, Scare actors are massive. I think scare design's a lot of fun. The scenic, while nothing scale wise is crazy, is very impressive and immersive. Um, I think the way that they kind of created these characters' spaces to be their own and the way they portrayed them is extremely interesting. Um, they all truly feel like separate beings. Like you know which room you're in without seeing the character that's in that room.
Mm-hmm.
The design of the fireflies, which is an original concept from Universal, so cool. And the finale scene is so simple but so much fun and like powerful because who you see at the end.
Yeah.
Who also has some fun audio triggers, by the way.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, it's just one of those houses. Well, a lot of fun, can also be very scary. It has the smells, has the scenic, has the effects. And again, I feel like I have to talk about it one more time. The media integration that brings you into each room. Love it. Simple, but amazing.
Yeah. I don't know how to talk about this house. I'm getting so sad with 2 weeks left. Like, I've never felt this type of a panic before. In like, I only have 2 weeks left. What? Like, it's just, I'm going to start with, I know Bray is very happy and very proud of this house. I didn't know him personally, but as someone who is a huge fan, like, I know he is. And everything Bo has said, his brother plays Uncle Howdy, and the people in the Wyatt Six, like, they're all very proud of this house. And so many people were shitting on it, and I understand why. 6 years ago, I would have laughed in somebody's face, and I probably still would have had this as my number one at the end. But I would have just been like, whatever, WWE at HHN, fuck that.
But it's not your number one right now.
We're not talking about that stuff right now. Can you stop? Can you let me have this moment? You have let me have the entire year since April when the rumor came back around.
Yeah,
like, but yeah, it's very special, and it's very special for me that I get to experience this with so many people that I love and love hanging out with. Like, I have been able to actually catch some of you guys in there, and I've run it with a couple people, which is crazy that people want to run a house with me, especially WWE. But it's just beautiful that we're in these people's realms in characters that were never fully fleshed out by Bray because of his passing. They were getting on the way with that. These were just hand puppets in the Firefly Funhouse. And now we're in Abby's witch hut. We're in Huskus's pig pen. We're in Mercy's nest. Like, it's just so cool. As someone who got to watch Bray do what he loves and bring the Fiend to WrestleMania and things like that, like, I know that he is so happy. And I'm going to keep saying that. I love this house so much, but this last week, I'm going to get negative now. I had the worst runs of it I've had all year. And this house has been hitting consistently, but I don't know what it was this week. It was empty, and it hasn't been empty. I don't know. The pacing was weird. I would understand if somebody had a bad time in it this week, which is why it's not my number one this week. But it has been my number one since Hype until week 8, consistently. And yeah, that's my bias. I literally cannot take that out of this. This was my white whale. Like, my number one for 5 years. But I also have to be objective, and I did not have good runs this week. So
I respect that.
I didn't think it was going to happen. I told you a couple times I was like hemming and hawing, and I just couldn't do it. And this week it was like I left that house on Saturday, and I knew that it was not going to be number one this week. But it will probably be number one next week. So don't get too shocked, everybody. But I'm gonna save like all my little actual like sappy stuff for our big wrap up episode. I probably will sob. I'm trying to hold back tears right now. Do we have to go to the chat? Because that's probably what's gonna make me. That's the thing is when
Well,
hearing.
I have to talk first. It's okay. You got time.
Okay, that's the thing because when I hear people talk about them trusting me, that's when that makes me emotional, and I can't look at the chat.
Well, I'll leave that part out of my rankings. But in my hype list, I had this at number 5. It has pretty consistently been number 2 throughout the season, and that is currently where it sits as my number 2. Very, very, very good house. And again, we glazed over something that we should have really talked about. You can feel the passion behind this project. Like we talked about it so many times after this was announced that there were, well, first of all, the creative director of this house and others on the team as well, super passionate about this product, this character, these characters, and it fully comes through. 100%. So very impressive that a wrestling house is my number 2 house. But again, you don't have to look at it as a wrestling house because that part doesn't fucking matter at all. At all.
It is a good it is an original HHN house with IP characters that unfortunately we had to slap the WWE logo.
Mm-hmm.
But God, one more thing before we go. That double scare, consistently scary, even on the worst runs.
The Howdy and Bray.
Yeah, very aggressive, and those motherfuckers had me pinned against the wall on Saturday, which is crazy. I don't even think I'm supposed to say that.
Nowhere else you'd rather be.
No, and my wish, and if it doesn't happen, that's okay, but my wish on closing night, just want to hug the Fiend to say goodbye. That's it. That's a personal one.
So what you're hearing is it's consensual or Jess is getting kicked out.
Might be worth it. No, I would never do that. Do not assault scare actors. Oh my God. Oh wait, one more shout out. He's not listening, but Huskus, that's my boy.
Huskus.
Huskus in the pig pen always gives me love, and I give him all the love back.
Mm-hmm.
I give them all love. Those are my boys and my girl and girls. Love you.
All right, so prepare yourself because chat time. Joshua says the amount of time. Oh wait, no, wrong Josh one. Joshua says I'm so glad I made the live for the White 6 discussion. Jess was not overhyping this. Easily my number 1. Bray would be proud. Spooky Bits, The Horrors of the White 6 is my number 2 overall. This house was creepy and beautiful, and I've never gotten emotional in a haunted house until going through this one. Arkham says, who? JK, to be fair, it's a good house despite not knowing anything about Wyatt or WWE as a whole. Rainforest says, as someone who has zero wrestling interest and other than Jess's hype for this house is amazing. It has stayed in my top 3 the whole event. Great scares in this house. And Mercy is fucking terrifying. I love it. Oh, yeah. Great character. C-Town says, incredible. The Q video is one of the best pre-shows I've seen in any theme park. Captures that somber quality that I don't think we've had since Dead Man's Pier. Can't say enough good things.
Yeah.
Key says, okay, Jess, you did. For the first time in 15 years, an IP is my number 1. I love the characters. The set's gory. It's heartbreaking. It's scary. The audio media is fantastic.
Thank you. I'm saying it like I made it. Thank you.
8-Bit says, if we can get a WWE house, that means we can get a Monster Jam Gravedigger house.
As long as Robosaurus is there too.
Mm-hmm. Albert says, what Jess going to do next year with no WWE house? Probably love some originals.
I mean, I love the originals this year, but yeah, I'm an original girly. So they're normally in my top 3. I never have IPs this high, but I've lived before a WWE house and I will live after one, but I will always hold this very close to my heart.
There we go. I think Double Scare is amazing. I don't want to say goodbye to a group of people I had no clue I would love.
Yeah.
Mikey says, Jess, your hype worked because it lives in my fluctuating top 3. Scares on point in each of their worlds. The Abbey, the witch that drops down, sent me running away. They should be proud.
So scary. Oh,
wow, look at that. White 6 actually, or I'm sorry, Gulkin might actually make it to 5 for Arkham.
Wow.
Who started at 9. I love this progression. This is great. C-Town says, number 2 might be number 1. The fact that I'm saying that about any IP is insane.
Same, C-Town.
I let him in because Jessen365 didn't disappoint.
Don't look at me. Don't
C-Town
look
says, I got hit with dreadlocks once there. I've been hit by those locks a lot more than once.
I also saw Keith say, yeah, you own a dread. You want to cut a piece off for me?
It
Put it right here.
in your bag.
I'll put it right here.
That's like divine intervention. She's like, here you go.
I have gotten hit
Right
so
in.
many times with those dreads. Whipped.
Oh, Jody got to do it when Alexa Bliss was actually in it. That's really cool.
Jealous.
That's really cool.
Jealous.
Joshua, the song hits hard when it picks up halfway through the house. The pacing of the audio itself is just phenomenal. Phenomenal. I can just imagine the off-season ranking years where this year is not only strong, but just argues HHN 34 is the best of all time. Jess.
No, Keith. I gotta go. Bye. I don't want people to see me cry right now. God.
Well, luckily, pushing the 3-hour mark, we are actually going to wrap it up here.
Not my face being bigger now. No.
I will say, this is probably the last time you see us till after the event is over.
And I'll cry more.
Maybe a podcast potentially, but don't expect it. Don't expect it.
I'm going to tell you right now, that's probably not happening.
See us on social media. It's been on the ticker the whole time beneath. We're going to be there the whole 2 weeks. I'm sure we'll do multiple TikTok lives in the next 2 weeks. So join us on TikTok for lives.
Closing night for sure. We always do one on closing.
And we just post shit. So come check that out. Otherwise, we're going to see you November, I guess, like what, 4th is when something would happen for us, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
I will say, remember last year the season ended and we were like, I don't want to talk about HHN for a while. This year I want to talk about it. It's still going, and I'm like, I want to talk about it right now.
Right
now.
We've been trying to make this happen for a couple weeks because we both were like, we need to do something and not talk to each other. It's an echo chamber right now.
So no promises, because that would be crazy of me to do. But I think coming out of the season, we are going to get back to being weekly content basically immediately. Yeah. Hopefully until literally next season, I should say.
Yeah. And I mean, spec will start real fast. We'll get those permits, December and January? It's happening.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe I don't even want to think about 35 right now because I still want it. 34 is 2 more weeks.
Oh, and great news. Arkham has put Galkin in the 5th spot. So love to see it. All right, so that's it. We are going to sign off for the night. Thank you for hanging out for nearly 3 hours. The hotline live stream is already going on, but you should still go hop in right now because they're talking HHN as well. We will see you guys in 2 weeks, I guess. Oh no, that's so sad. Oh god, yeah, 2 weeks from today. We're gonna set it now. We'll have a live. And we'll all be depressed. There are still 10 nights of the event though. It's in double digits. We only have 9 left though. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have Saturdays. I do, but we have a friend's birthday. Yeah. Well, at least I don't have that ticket anyways. Okay. Anyways. Best costumes. Oh, see you there, Keith. Yes. You know we'll be there for sure. Find us. We will be there every night. Every night. All right. Follow us on social media. Do our TikTok lives. See you guys later. We'll see you after the season. I was going to say can't wait to do that, but I can definitely wait. So enjoy the next 2 weeks. Bye.